And here we are.
Another
30
opening, another
seconds late.
show. Oh, oh my goodness gracious.
I don't know. Can we get any oh my god. I don't even know where to begin with that.
Honey, I don't either. I don't. I mean, you know, first of all,
Speechless.
I will say this though. I mean, panels like that are so confusing sometimes because you can't half the time see what's going on, and it's hard to see the chat and everything else. And plus, I am sorry, but that was way past my bedtime, and I
Mm-hmm.
stayed up because, excuse me, certain people put somebody's name in their title like they wanted her to come. Well, she
Oh yeah.
did.
It was total bait. It was total bait.
Well, yeah, and so I was kind of confused on that, but then I got, a part of the Mean Girls, and everybody in this community and every other community that is familiar with us knows who that is.
Of course.
And so that's me. That would included me. And
Mm-hmm.
so she dropped. It was kind of comical, actually. I'm sorry, but when she leaves this little video, saying, "Well, we better be able to dish it out." I mean, if we could
Oh
take it, better
yeah,
go dish
yeah.
it out. And I was thinking, what is this, like high school? I mean, are we supposed to meet out back and rumble or something? Is this West Side Story? My husband walked by laughing and was snapping his fingers, like, "Shut up!" I said, "This is crazy." But it's just so frustrating because, for one thing, if you're going to have a panel, have a
Have a
panel.
panel.
Be
Yes.
respectful about it. I mean, come on. I am. This is her venue. This is her channel, as she reminded so rudely several times. Well, this is my fine, but you're having a panel. I
And he said
realize
open.
MT is your friend.
Right.
Okay. I get that he's your friend, but you allowed him to disrespect me and say, I never said one cuss word. I didn't get up there. And now I will have to backtrack on one thing because, like I said, if I do something and I own it, when she said I called somebody a liar, I thought she said I called her a liar. No, I called MT a liar because, again, when his dog had puppies last time, we all just thought that was too stinking cute, and it
Right.
is. And
It
puppies
is.
are wonderful. They really, really are. But, you know, the whole thing was when we were talking to him last time about puppies and everything, and this is my line of work, this is my business.
Yes.
I've worked for veterinarians, I've worked for animal shelters and had volunteer time there. And let me
Mm-hmm.
tell you something, Kathy, I know you're well aware of this too. Nowadays when you adopt a pet, just because to me it's irresponsible when you are not going to be a breeder of said animal,
Mm-hmm.
then you should have your pets spayed and neutered,
Absolutely.
because millions of beautiful, wonderful animals are euthanized every day across this country because there's no home for them. There's no room for them. So to me, it is irresponsible to allow your pet to just breed for whatever reason, to have it breed. And so that was my point with that. And he agreed with us over that. He wholeheartedly
Initially.
agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, initially. And you can change your mind. That's fine. Change your mind. But don't sit there and call me out. That's what I called him out as a liar. That he lied, because he lied to us when he said he was full intentionally of going to, find those puppies wonderful homes, which I'm sure he did. But he was also going to be the responsible pet owner and spay and neuter his pets so he did not have puppies again.
Mm-hmm.
And and let me just say this too for the folks in the back. You know, neutered animals live longer, they have less cancer risk, and the one thing people don't know, they find wonderful little puppies and kittens and they take them to the shelter and think, oh, the shelter will take care of them because they're babies, and they'll get
No.
homes because they're so cute and they're
Mm-hmm.
babies. No, that's not true, people. Let me tell you a little fact here. If there's nobody at the shelter to volunteer to raise those babies, and do everything it takes for them every 2 hours, they get the needle, folks. That's what happens.
Yep.
So it breaks my heart. So I'm not even going to go into it. And that's where I am extremely passionate. So he can say whatever he wants, but
Well, wasn't that
that's
something about, well, if you were a girl, do you want your girl parts cut out?
yeah, something about
That,
cutting
that
somebody's dick
argument. And
off.
I'm
I'm like,
going,
you got to
what
be
the fuck are you
kidding
talking
me.
about?
I know. I'm like, oh my God, stop. That's not it.
You
I mean,
got
when
to,
I,
you had to tell me he didn't realize how stupid he sounded in mid sentence.
well, honey, I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. And, we have a past, and that's a past that none of these newer folks know about.
right.
They just
I don't.
don't.
I don't.
No. And nobody's gone behind the scenes trying to convince anyone of anything. It's just like if if you have a clue, you sit back and you watch. Okay? That's what
Mhm.
I do. I
That's
sit
what I
back and
do.
I watch and I figure it out for myself. And again, it might not take this month, next month. It might take 2 years.
Yeah.
Hey. And for some of us it didn't take that long at all. It
Sorry.
didn't take long at all.
But
And
nobody ever believes me when I tell them.
and and
Yeah, I know.
yeah, and I get it, but some of these folks just kind of really crack me up as to, again, if you're going to have and then she said last night that, oh, well, this isn't an open panel, because I
Uh,
was just getting to the part to where Rochelle went up, because after I asked for the link, and Lucy will be so proud of me. I kept up my I kicked myself off. I knew I was like, oh my God. Well, I asked for the link several times. And
mhm.
I thought I was being very respectful. I could barely even hear Lynn. That was maybe part of the problem. I don't know. But she kept saying I was trying to talk over everyone. No, that was MT's job.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I didn't talk over. I
That was
hardly got
fun.
in a word in edgewise.
No,
I hardly did. And that's on them, and that's fine. That's whatever. And they want to keep bringing up everybody else's names and stuff. You know what? That's between them.
hmm
That's between them. And again, when people were having problems with MT a while back, they were running to Annie, like, and I get that it was always Annie's fault, Annie's fault. Well, they were like running to her. Well, you should make him do this or that. Nobody can do that. MT's grown. He is
hmm
grown, and he's responsible for himself. He's an adult. Nobody needs the white knight for any of these people. And I
Yeah.
understand, and I totally understand that, well, I'm going to stand up for my friend. Well, I did that too. I stood up for Nickname
hmm
because, it's funny to me too, because exactly where did we even get the Mean Girls thing? And again, MT started in on some stuff that was even incorrect. He all of a sudden was talking about Candy's live. I wasn't talking about Candy's live. One time Alana had come back, and this was just recently, and somebody was in the chat. She had unblocked us, and we're just
Yeah.
trying to be decent. I mean, if they want to call it anything they want to call it, they can call it whatever they want.
Yeah, I
But
don't
I'm
care.
just, trying to be decent, and you know, dogpiling and everything else. It's not working. It's getting old. It's getting tiresome. And if everybody would just stop poking, and they all say, well, we're not, we don't do that. We don't talk about anybody. They do. They do. And who do you think is they're talking about when they say bigums? Come on, that's
Oh yeah,
disrespectful.
it is.
And yeah, I did that one time, and I think you were even there that
Well,
day when this happened.
and
And
I was more than rude to her myself, and I completely own that.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
And I haven't been at Annie's since June. And I've gone in there a handful of times when something was happening and I felt that I needed to say something. So, and again, the other Kate last night was saying something about joking about how she got her name. I don't know. All I do know is, and I don't watch everybody all the time. I just I just don't do it. And like I said, I didn't even finish Lynn's live from last night yet, because after I asked to have the link again, I asked several times, and I said, okay, guys, apparently you don't want me to have the link. And so I dismissed myself. I said, thank you, have a good evening. And I left. And I went to bed. I'm sorry, I went to bed because I had to freaking get up at 6:30 this morning as well. And my little butt is dragging something fierce, but it is what it is. And so no, I'm not up at night. That's my routine. That's my adult routine. I don't knock anybody else. I miss being a night owl, because I am not a morning person. No, no, no. So if I have to get up, yes, I'm quite cranky. And I had to get up extra early this morning because I forgot some paperwork from last night. And, I'm very, very lucky too, Kathy. I mean, yes, I help my husband run his business, and we're in a construction type business.
Yeah.
But we don't actually do the building. We represent the client. And I will say this advice to anybody can ever hear my voice. If you're building a home, go check on it every day. Don't just take your contractor's words or your bank's word or anybody else's word that it's being done to your satisfaction. You go out there, you show up to the build every day, watch, ask questions. That's how stuff gets built properly. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that if you don't do that, things are going to happen, but it's much easier to catch problems. And that's part of my responsibility. When my husband can't do it and he's somewhere else, that's my job. I go, I check, and make sure everything's happy, the client's happy. That's what I do. That's part of what I do. So I'm very lucky that I'm a very flexible person. I can come home for lunch when I'm hungry. I can come home and take a break if I need to. Sometimes I don't have to go out at all, but sometimes that's what my work is required. Sometimes at the last minute, I have to go and go check on something to make sure everything's proper, because that's what our clients pay us to do.
Right.
So that's my thing. So I'm totally flexible, which I absolutely love being that way. So yeah, it might look like, oh, she doesn't know. And it's very disrespectful for MT to bring up, well, you don't have kids, you don't have this, you don't have that. Well, you know what, MT, since you want to know, yes, I don't have kids. I was married to someone in the military for many years. We went all over, we did what we did, and he was not very fertile. I guess we'll just put it that way. So it's not that I just didn't want it, that I don't hate kids. I love kids. I've got tons of nieces and nephews, but sadly, it just didn't happen for me. And that's okay. I come to grips with it. I see little kids and wonder sometimes, it would be great. And I could have adopted a child, but yeah, it is what it is. So yes, MT, I don't have kids because there were some fertility issues. And back in the 80s, in case you didn't realize, fertility problems weren't really handled how they are today. It's very difficult. So, and it was very, very expensive too. So, and then things happened, and it was kind of for the best that way anyways. Mm-hmm. And so that's just kind of how that worked out. So it just wasn't in the cards for me. And that's okay. So, he can give excuses for whatever, and I still stand by what I've said. And it's not maliciously said. I'm saying that if you're almost 30 years old, you have 3 children, it's up to you to be the responsible one, to do what you need to do for your family. So that's being said. And, I'm very passionate about some things. But again, I thought that Lynn, if anybody was rude, it was Lynn, because Lynn allowed people on her panel, and I'm not talking about V, I'm not talking about Kate, because I don't know them. I've chatted with V over in Annie's, and I liked her very much. I had, no problem with a lot of people over there. And I guess I wouldn't have been there for 2 years if so. So, it is what it is. But, Lynn pretty much allowed MT to run the show. And he called me names. He was disrespectful.
Yep.
And I didn't appreciate that. But yet I was being accused of being talk over. And whenever she spoke, I shut up. I was like, okay, go, please talk. But
Well,
I'm just going to kick you out.
and,
I'm just going to
and
kick you out.
and pardon
Okay.
me, Kate, but
No, fine. Go ahead. I got to mute for a second
Lynn,
anyway. Go
that's
ahead.
your channel. You're supposed to direct it. If you're letting a guest overrun your channel, and I know what they're going to say after I said that, but go fuck yourself. Not you, Kate, metaphorically. You sit there like you're a passive guest on your own channel, and you don't have a voice big enough to direct it. I guess. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I agree with that, Kathy. If you're gonna have and again, she said something about it not being an open panel, but yet
Yeah.
that's what she was saying in her video, where she was basically taunting everyone, not me, not everyone, but she named a specific person in her title and the Mean Girls. So that is
Mm-hmm.
me and someone else, and that was right in her title. Where are you? And then, she basically said, well, we're going to be live tonight. Well, I thought that was an invitation. So that's why I
No,
stayed up. So
I
I
think.
thought that was kind of an invitation for me to stay up and come on and have a talk. And
Well,
again, that's what I was trying to do. I was just trying to be an adult. Like I said, I thought I wasn't rude to anyone. I just wanted to come up and try to handle it like an adult, but it was allowed to be. And I have to say, I thought the whole thing was rude. I really did. I mean, I really just tried to be decent. She didn't want to bring up other things, and that's
mm-hmm.
fine. That is totally fine.
Yeah.
But you know what? Don't take things out on us when I've never commented. Yeah, oh, MT wanted to say something that I had said about Alana before, and I get that, and I did say something, and I didn't mean it, and I did it after the fact, apologize for it. I was pretty upset that day when, we got into it originally, and it was just very upsetting for me. So when I got on Candy's panel that day and you were there that day, it was pretty upsetting, and I was very upset, and I even apologized afterwards to the chat because that's not me. I don't
Yeah.
think I go on and yell very often like that, so I was pretty mad. But so, and again, that was whatever happened, that was between me and that person.
Right.
And so that's what I'm saying. All these other people, if they would just stay out of it and let their friends handle it one-on-one, then there would be a lot less strife. I mean, big meanie people. So,
Yeah.
other creators got to go get their friends in on it that are other creators that are monetized and everybody wants to jump on that hate train that they so claim that they don't. So, that's what they did. Oh, somebody's bullying me on the internet. You got to come to the rescue. Well, you know what? Stop. My husband just came home for lunch. He's laughing.
I just heard him.
Oh, my goodness. But, stop. Let people handle their own beefs. If I have a problem with MT, I can talk to MT about it somewhere, somehow. If he has a problem with somebody else, he can address that with them. But everybody else, keep your noses out of it and let it go. It's not your fight. If you don't got a dog in the fight, what's the point?
Yeah. Well, poking the bear.
Yeah. Yes.
That's,
Yes.
that's the name of the game. So.
Right. And I'll just say hi to everybody. Hi, Nick. Hi, Candy. Hi, Rose. Oh, Sade. Hi, sweetheart. So it just was very frustrating. Here she wants to tell people to come on ahead and, and go from there. So it is what it is. But I felt like, I was allowed to be spoke over. I didn't, I definitely got called names.
You got called names and spoken to
and
in a really disrespectful manner.
I agree with that. I kind of felt that way too. But
and that was on both them, MT and Lynn. It was very sneery, disrespectful.
Yes, she had a, yes, she definitely had a chip on her shoulder about me again. And that's, that's her opinion, and that's fine. She can have her opinion of me. I don't really care because I was never anything but nice. I mean, again, we had some misunderstanding, and I thought that was taken care of, but apparently not, and that's okay. That is totally okay. But nobody has ever made that's why I wanted to clarify too about our Discord. I said, yeah, we do share pictures of kids, but they're pictures that the grandparents are very happily showing. And yes, I say grandparents because it's mostly grandparents showing off their grandkids.
We're all of a certain age.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
And so, I've never shared information that was private. I've never doxed anyone. Nothing. I mean, that's why I guard my information. My personal information is very important to me. And I have to put out to those guys to where if they're getting trolled in their personal lives, they have to ask themselves the question on who am I sharing my information with? It all comes down to that. And that's what I meant what I said last night to MT. If you've got to change your phone number that many times, that's on you. Somebody says one thing to
right.
me and it's inappropriate, my number's getting changed and that's it. My email's going to get changed and I'm not going to deal with you anymore. But if they keep sending it to me, they got to keep getting it somehow. So that they don't just pull information out of their hats here. If they keep making new emails, then I wouldn't even engage it. If you see it's from someone that is trolling or you don't know who they are, just
Right.
block it and move on.
Okay, I just saw
So,
that, Rochelle. I didn't know you were in the car. Sorry, Kate.
oh no, that's great. Uh-oh.
I saw you to come up. I guess you can't do that, but
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I thought she was coming up.
But
Well,
getting back to Lynn's clickbait, uh, come on, that was
well,
a call out for a confrontation you weren't equipped to handle without MT there. So this isn't school. If you can't put up a fight, then don't provoke one.
exactly. Because
It's like
yeah,
Tony
because that
showing
was
up with his little henchman. It's ridiculous. How old
what
are
it
we?
is. I know exactly,
Call out
exactly.
thread. I did
Well,
that
yeah.
back in the 2000s. Oh my God.
Well, that was the kind of thing that was,
Yeah.
um, when we were in somebody's live yesterday that was upsetting to them that yes, and again I do say that yeah, I am so sorry to that because I thought Lynn was saying I was calling her a liar. No, yes, I own definitely that I was calling MT a liar because of a previous conversation that we had that he wanted to have his animals spayed and neutered, and we thought that is amazing, thank you, that's so responsible because there's so many again, and we went through all that again, and so that's what I said he lied about. So that was, directly. And again, sometimes when you're reading chats and you're reading live streams, you're not hearing what is said or the context of it, and sometimes it can be mistaken. That was the same thing. He went off on a tangent about something about a parking lot and everything else. I'm like, honey, that's not even what I was talking about.
Yeah, I was wondering where that came from.
Well, yeah, and I know what the situation he's talking about, and I know the video he's talking about, but that's not what I was talking about. When Alana was doing a live one day, and I think some of us were there, and this was again not that long ago, right? Kind of when she was, back not too long ago. He said something. Somebody had said, and it was probably a troll, said something about him showing something in the parking or whatever, but that's what I was talking about. It was he had showed a fancy car at one point. And I think it was, they had just got a new car, whatever, was the roommate's car, and they were proud of it and they were showing it off. And, he had gone outside because sometimes he would take Wally for a walk and we would go walking with Wally and him, and he one time showed a picture of a car. And that's what I was recalling. So where he was getting the flashback about the day with Candy. And again, if he wants to go back there, I've not lied about that. He tried to show screenshots of that very same thing. And again, I said that to me, in my opinion, that's not okay to show private DMs between one another,
Yeah.
unless you've talked to the other person and said, hey, I'm going to show this, then fine, show it. But again, I wouldn't say anything privately like that to anybody that I wouldn't have said right out to them.
Mm-hmm.
So fine, and he asked me who that day, and he knew. He's trying to sit and backpedal now and say he didn't know, but yet last night he said, well, I was trying to tell Candy to not do that. Well, then you obviously knew what was going on. You were lurking then. So everybody wants to all of a sudden be innocent. That, oh, I wasn't there. There was a ton of people there that day. And he asked me questions and I answered honestly. He asked me who put out the name of the business, which again, it had already been put out a long time ago, but it was
Right.
a gal named Penelope as Preggers.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I have screenshots of all this still. He asked me, I told him that's who put it out. Then he said, who put the number out? I said, Sukina did. And he conveniently left out some of that conversation to where he said, yeah, she's trying to cover up that mess.
Huh.
So yeah, he asked, I was honest, and I answered. So, and again, if he wants to hear it as a tizzy, he was upset. There were several people that were upset that she could have possibly died. I just knew it didn't seem right to me. So that's why I was trying to encourage things to just let it go. Things will settle itself down. But he was just besides himself. People were calling morgues and everything else. It was just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And only because we were trying to find some closure. So no, he can backpedal from that all he wants.
Yeah.
He even said in those screenshots that he was so proud to show was one day he said that in part of those screenshots, he said something about Candy having, to look up the number that day. Well, which is it? Supposedly we put all that information in Discord weeks before that. So if that was true, why would she have to look it up? So again, he spun his own wheels on that one. Because nobody had the information until that day. And she called 2 times. That was it.
Yeah.
Again, the trolls may have taken over with that.
Yeah. Were we giggling and laughing while that was going on? Yes. Because,
Yeah. Yeah. I admit that. Yeah.
At the time, it was such a situation that I'm trying to be diplomatic because I don't want to hurt feelings or anything like that. But there was some animosity, or I didn't even say that word right. Pardon me.
Well, no, and I see kind of where you're going with this, and I think so too, because it honestly was just some closure because some of the adults in the room knew that it really wasn't true. So
yes, that's what I'm
we were
trying to say.
right, and we were trying to just move along and take it as it comes, and again, that was with them. So I think maybe the moral of the story for me is let people fight their own fights. Don't get everybody in on it and have drama for this and days and have to talk about it for days and days and days. Let go. I mean, if people would stop just poking, try to just be cordial. Maybe they were trying to teach me this all along. I don't know. Maybe things would have been a little bit different if I had been more cordial with some other people. But the last day I was there, I actually sent a screenshot to MT because again, we were having an amicable relationship. There was, I wasn't taking sides. It wasn't on anybody's sides. I knew I wasn't going to come back after that, but I was still a mod. And I saw a couple things, and yes, I did screenshot it because Angie kept getting timed out that day that I was telling my goodbyes and my side of the story and whatever was happening to me that day. I sent it to MT and said, because she instantly went live griping about Munching's mods. And, normally that's usually me and everybody else, but you know what? Lots of other people timed Angie out all the time. So it wasn't just us doing that.
Yeah.
So I have proof of that. And honestly, I sent it to MT to send to her to tell her, look, not me this time, because I was no longer blue after that night, but I did catch it in time, sent it to
Interesting.
him, and it was Marguerite that was timing her out, and it was Lynn, our lovely Lynn, that hit her. So wasn't me, and I even sent it to the boss and said, just letting you know, it's not me.
Yeah.
And that was the end of
Okay.
the story.
Yeah. Yeah. That never works out well. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, and I was just trying to vindicate myself maybe for the last time, and that's why I shared it. And and MT's even said this himself. He knows that I don't troll. He knows that Nickname doesn't troll. So they can, and again, when Kate said that happened to her family, I feel horrible. That's awful. Nobody should have to go through that. I've been a stalking victim in the past, and it's very frightening.
Hmm.
It is very, very frightening. But again, you have to kind of, this is why I guard my personal information. My YouTube life and my personal real life is very, very different. I'm the same type of person, but I guard my personal information. It's just common sense. And I've seen so many things. If you've been on YouTube long enough, then you know what goes on and you know how bad it can be. So that's why I don't share my personal information with anyone.
Hmm.
So again, if your personal information is getting out there, you have to look to yourself to say, well, who all had this personal information?
Yeah. No, no. There you go. I I'm just completely amazed at this all the
Oh,
time.
hey,
And
I
oh
didn't,
my God.
I guess Lynn is here. Um, Lynn, yes, I have an opinion about how you treated me last night. So yes, I am going to continue to say something about it after that. After tonight, I really don't have anything else to say because, I never said you were rotten. I said you disrespected me because the way you disrespected me, and I agree, and maybe you should go back and re-listen to your live last night. You were very snippy to me. This was your channel and your panel, and you allowed other members of your panel to mistreat your guests, basically, because that's what I was. I was a guest on your panel, and I was not treated as a guest. So, maybe you need to go think back ahead and rewatch that and see. I understand MT's your friend. I understand you want to stand up for him, but you need to take a step back. When I mean, yeah, I haven't even got to Rochelle's yet, and I bet the same thing happened to her. She probably got stepped over by MT wanting to talk and yap. Go back and listen to your live, Lynn. I never called anybody any names, but I got called several names. I told MT to shut up once. Yes, I did, because I was not there to talk to MT. I was there to talk to you, Lynn, about some of the things that had been happening. So that's what I was there for. I was there to talk to you. So I didn't get to do that because MT talked over me the almost the entire time. And like I said, I had kind of a hard time hearing Lynn. And whenever I heard her talk, I tried to stop talking. So, again, I felt, that I was not treated very nice.
Hmm.
So there's
No, of
that.
course.
So, and again, nobody's trying to be mean to Lynn. Nobody called her rotten. I mean, she needs to kind of go back and maybe re-listen to this as well,
I think that's just
because
self projection, honestly. Uh, Nobody
yes,
called you rotten,
no,
but
no,
uh, okay, because it's
no.
from your head. So explain, Lynn. Do you want to come up? I promise
That
I'll
would be great. Yeah, Lynn, please come up. That would be wonderful.
I will
Because
mute my
maybe,
mic and stay out of it, and you and Kate can talk.
well, and that, or, because I couldn't hardly get a word in edgewise, you know. MT kept talking over me, and I get it. And you could tell MT was upset, because when he gets upset, he talks a mile a minute.
Hmm.
And, he gets defensive, and, he says, and again, I don't agree. Like I said last night, this wasn't about anybody specific. I said, I'm not talking about, I'm not talking about any other creators, none of that. But, everybody, if you have a problem with that one person, you need to talk to that one person again. But, my questions to her were, why would you even, just because I had comments about MT, and I don't know if MT told you that before we all kind of talked when we were having an amicable relationship about his puppies and the pros and cons of letting, puppies have puppies, and, you know, and he agreed with us back then. Well, that's what I said he lied about, because he did. He just blatantly wasn't going to do it, because he just said he recently had it done, and this was,
Yeah,
back over the winter. So, it is what it is. So yeah, I would love to see Lynn come up. That would be wonderful. That would be great.
yeah. Hello.
Hey, let me get I forgot my headphones. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, hey Candy.
So, Lynn, this is an invitation, and I will withdraw. I'll put my mic on mute unless you have something to say to me. Then we can discuss, and I will let you two talk it out. No swearing, no calling names, just a discussion.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I tried to do
I
yesterday.
Yeah.
excuse me, I can't cuss. I better get off of here.
Oh, shut the fuck up and get over it. By the way, I just got a little too high before the stream started. I'm sorry. I am very vague and out of it. And I think I
That's
caught
okay.
myself going into a rant twice. So,
Go grab you
Well,
some snacks, girlfriend. We got you.
well, fuck.
and
All
I
right.
had to get high because, like, I'm so pissed off at what I saw and what I heard. Like,
Okay, Candy, you got the floor now.
Go for it, girly.
well, one thing. Hold on 1 minute.
Hmm.
Nickname. Well, yes, nickname that too. I was kind of like,
Yeah.
what? And again,
See, this is
I
what I
didn't
don't
think I acted inappropriately at all.
talk
I was really trying very, very hard, you know, to not.
about. Nickname wants popcorn.
Ooh, that sounds
Yes,
good
she
though.
is.
It is Friday.
It is.
Okay, so I'm getting high and I'm going to be all over the place. It's not going to be in order, but I'm not sure what order it'll
Okay.
be in.
That's all
I'll
right.
steer you back. I'll steer you back.
The one thing that I do want to say is, if Lynn, if you weren't looking, you put Alana's name up on your thing. You wanted her in there. You
Yep.
called her out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then
She
she
did.
goes in there and she starts talking, and then you kick her off because MT wanted to talk. If MT didn't want to yell and scream, then you would have let her talk. That was rude as fuck to give somebody the floor. Trust me, I know, Lynn. Trust me, I know. Me and MT have been on and off friends for almost 4 years. I get it. He does that. He overtakes the channel. He totally fucking ruins your panel.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Have
he
a good
did.
day, Rochelle. And I think that's rude because then you made Alana start yelling because
Oh,
she's trying to overtalk MT, and then you get mad at her for yelling, but you don't get mad at MT. How is that?
right. Right, exactly. And I didn't appreciate getting called a bitch. And, and I did tell MT to shut up in the beginning because I wasn't there to talk to him. I was there to talk to everybody else. And like I said, I was trying to be like a grown up. I came on the panel. I thought it was an invitation to come on. Like I said, that was a little bit strange, the video that she dropped with, if you're going to dish it out, be prepared to take it. We weren't dishing anything out. I never dished anything out except my opinion. So if she, and then so she says, well, we're going to be live tonight. That, I did. I kind of thought, what is this, high school? Are we supposed to go Rumble now? I mean, this is just absolutely silly. And I didn't want to have like that. I mean, and that's why when I was accepted up on the panel, and plus she's like, well, do you guys want to let her come up here? It was like, well, okay, I didn't know there was going to be a vote, but that's cool. Hey, whatever. If you told me no, I would have said, have a great night and I'll see you and I can go to bed now. So, I mean, but, so that's when I first got up on the panel. I said hello. I greeted everyone. I told them I was there to try to just, have an adult conversation. And MT instantly went in on me.
Yeah.
And I said a couple things, and boy, Lynn was ready to just pitch me. Well, you just need to go. I will say MT at least said, well, let her stay and talk. I mean, that was kind of a surprise, but okay.
Lynn doesn't know that, like, MT is
bye, Ro.
controlling.
Love you, honey.
MT is controlling her channel. He's done it to mine. He's done it to Annie's. He's done it to many people.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
And MT is very opinionated, and that's fine. That's why I was trying, my point last night was one of those things is we're all going to have an opinion. But it can't be okay for one person to voice their opinion, but not okay for the other person. And that's what's been going on here. It's been like, well, I can say my opinion, but you can't say yours. And it's just silly. It's absolutely silly. And
did Lynn just go live?
Sorry?
Did Lynn just go live?
I don't know.
I'm just asking because the room number went down real fast.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, no worries.
Now, I do want to talk about Lynn, about your video that you made with the meatloaf. That was very brave of you. It really was. I mean, I give you a lot of credit for making that video. And then you took it down because you accused us of making fun of you, us trolling you, us doing all this shit when we didn't do it. And then you made a crazy looking video. I don't know, see, I did it again. I don't know why I get MT and nicknames name like that. It's weird. I just don't know. It's weird. Okay, so then you make that video yesterday with the pills and everything. And again, I'm not saying anything because I haven't been anywhere to say anything. I haven't been anywhere in anybody's room to say anything about you, Lynn. And if you're getting trolled, then you're probably getting trolled by a lot of people under the troll names of mine. Okay, so then you make this video last night. What was the name of the video again? What was the name of the video that she made last night? Well, anyway, the video that she made last night, she deleted it, and a lot of people didn't see it, so I screen recorded it, and they were shocked. Like, you are kind of like blaming us. You're accusing us of giving you a nervous breakdown. I bet your husband's going to make you stop watching YouTube, because if you can't see how much stressed and fucked up you look recently, look at your face in the mirror.
Well, Candy, that is probably why she live streams so late at night, so her husband doesn't see what she's up to.
Yeah, but he's got to see what's going on with her, because look at her. She has really changed a lot. She's stressed out all the time. I mean, look at her face. She looks like she's really tired. She's not sleeping, obviously, because MT stays up at night. So what do you guys think about that, of her blaming us for that? Because I give her a lot of credit for making that meatloaf video. I mean, she should have left it up there. If you're a strong enough bitch, girl, you would have left that video up. I'm just saying. If you think that you can take these trolls head on, that you're going to probably get more and more with
Yep.
MT in there.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
But
God.
that's what
You're
I'm saying. That,
yeah.
that gave her a lot of credit to put that out there, and then she
Oh,
takes it down like a
absolutely.
little pussy.
I missed it. I didn't happen to see it. But yeah, more power to her. Everybody. I mean, that's one thing I think we can all relate to. Either we have a disability ourselves or we know someone who does and we can relate. I mean, you guys, a lot of people, Lynn, I feel bad for her. Anybody would have to, I can't even imagine having to live day to day, the compromises you must have to make, because I have to make my own compromises because I have been dealing with chronic pain most of my adult life.
Yeah, me too.
And it can be horrible. Some days, like today, I mean, my weather here where I am has been very flunky. 1 minute it's 50, 1 minute it's 80, the next minute it's raining, the next minute it's this. And those weather changes just pay hell on me. So I have been hurting so bad lately.
Well,
And
she blamed. Well, I don't know if she blamed all of us or how she put it, but she said, let's see, how did she put it again? Let's see. Oh, she said, live in my shoes for a week or a day. It's like there's a lot of people that are stressed out that are going through what you're going through. But you're saying that you are this tough bitch, but you pussied out by taking it down. You can't handle the trolls out there. Again, what are you going to do when you get more trolls? Because what we're saying is the fucking truth. And then they're going to come and get you more. Then what are you going to do? You think that it's a little bit of shit right now? Wait till later.
Well, yeah, the more you grow, the more
Yeah.
trolls you have and that kind of stuff. And if anything, my advice to anybody is, I have my, and again, I'm not some big YouTuber. It's, I do the candle videos for fun. A friend of mine, asked me to do some, and I did for him not too long ago because it's new stuff that come out. And I don't even have that video up. I did it a long time ago. I don't even know half the people saw it or not. Then somebody said, "Oh, you need to do some other ones." So I did. It's just some fun stuff. But you know what? Even just silly little candle videos get some pretty nasty comments.
Well, that
Okay.
candle community of yours is like, there are some crazy candle ladies.
Oh yeah, girl, yes. Oh please, yes. My goodness, yes. You should see them on Facebook. Holy cow. Yes, they take the candle business very seriously, y'all. Trust me.
I thought the
But
essential oil ladies were something, but
oh,
okay.
you ain't
Uh,
kidding. You ain't kidding. And
Okay, then.
but it's funny. But my advice is I hold all my comments for review because I was really amazed sometimes at some of the stuff people would say. Some of them I knew who they were, and other ones were just troll counts, whatever. That's how I
yeah.
even found out about the death. Is somebody came in and left me a video or a comment on one of my videos, and I saw it, and I'm like, okay, stop. Why would they be reaching out to me on YouTube? I deleted it, moved on, never said a word about it.
Okay, let
Well,
me say this before I forget.
sure.
With Alana, let me explain something. MT said something last night about Alana. And there's a difference between how we talk to Alana and the way you and Annie and Angie talk to Alana. All
That's
the conversations that you guys had, there's yelling and screaming, Alana cussing and yelling and screaming and cussing. We don't get those messages. I haven't. I have not seen any of those messages in Discord from Alana. So he was saying, oh, wait, just wait. They'll see. Alana does shit. Yeah. But the thing is she's not yelling and screaming at us. Like all these messages that you guys have shown and let us hear. Have you guys got those? I haven't.
No, I've
No,
never
no,
gotten anything remotely that,
no,
even at our worst times,
Yes.
even
no.
at our
And
worst times.
right, exactly. And I don't understand um the one God, it's not right out of my head. Jeez.
That's why I said, hurry up, let me say this because I forget.
Email,
Well, I
DM.
forgot mid sentence. So hey, um,
Aren't we all?
it's just um, I don't remember, but my
Okay, well,
goodness,
let me finish
Okay, all right.
about Alana then. Okay, so they're claiming that she even said I backed myself out of Discord, but I didn't tell you guys. Like, and we didn't even say anything. Like, you know what I mean? But
sure.
they would have said Alana went out of Discord and blah blah blah, and she's doing this and she's doing that. I haven't been around. Like, and let me say something about Angie. Angie, let's see. You're saying that okay, your Percocets, they're really fucking with you because for you to think, okay, if you were being friendly with Alana and you saw somebody that has been disrespecting you for a long time and then you're disrespecting her weight and not letting her see it, and then I just went and blocked you. So you have to go live and start talking about me. Obviously, you're obsessed with me to have to say that because you were putting her weight in there and stuff. And then you made a video and you got on a scale. But did anybody see a weight on that scale? Yeah, I didn't see anything. Did anybody see a weight?
And I don't care.
No, I'm
No,
saying there was
I
no weight on there.
I heard about that, Candy. Yeah, and I went back and I looked at it too, and I didn't see anything either. But regardless, I
Does
mean,
she
who
know that there's no
Look,
weight on there? Did she edit
I
it? Do you
listen,
know?
if she
I
isn't
don't know.
humping a log, I'm not interested.
I know, same here. I'm just not. Well, again, that's some of the other folks that think that they got to have, their pals come riding in to save them from the bullies on the internet. Come on, y'all. I've seen what you're capable of. You don't need anybody to come white knight for you. Do it yourself.
I
Do it
didn't
yourself.
see it. Maybe it was
Well,
the gloss or something on the screen because I didn't see it. It was like digital, and I like watched it twice and I couldn't see it. Okay, let's get back to mukbang because if you guys didn't watch all of the video,
I
um,
did. Well, I skipped around sometime in the middle, but
no, after I got, and again, I asked to go back. I'm not sure what happened. And again, like Lucy Lou, she loves me anyways, thank goodness. But can never be on a panel without kicking myself off at least once. Sorry, I did it. And I kicked myself off last night too. Not that I really had that much more to say, but I was going to at least come up and say a couple other things and whatever. And I asked for the link, but got no response. And I asked a
so,
couple times, and then I thought, well, okay. And people were asking where I was, so I'm like, well, maybe I'm blocked. I don't
yeah,
know.
I saw that
And
part of the chat. Yeah.
yeah, and I asked for the link again, and I thought I was being polite. Could I please have the link? Well, nobody ever gave me the link. And again, I'm sorry, it was 1 o'clock by that time, so it's pretty late for me, and I'm
yeah, and
good.
everybody wanted to see the live because there. You guys are accusing a lot of us of shit, and again, I haven't been around at all, and I'm hearing shit about me, and I go into Alana's like what?
Well, that
Like,
was one of my points too last night, Candy, was I said the same thing. I said, y'all keep going they and them over on the other side, that other community. Well, you know what? You know, I thought with, and again, I don't have a problem with those guys. MT knows why I have an issue with him, and that's just it. And it's just easier that we avoid one another, and that's perfect for me.
well,
But the other ones,
what he said about Rochelle was he disrespected Rochelle in the
oh, he
beginning
did
of the
very
video.
badly. I
Yes,
agree
he
with that.
did. And then Rochelle gets on and she can't hear him, and then she overtalks, and then he starts kissing her ass. You know what
Oh,
I mean?
wow. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to listen to that because
Yeah, because he's like, oh yeah, like I forget how. Do you remember Kathy how he was doing it? It was like he was trying to like talk her down from what he had already said earlier, just in
Yeah,
case she
yeah.
heard
He
it.
was backpedaling and being nice, and
And then who
yeah,
else did he do that to?
he did that to.
Wait a minute, Alana went on, Kate went on.
Nick, were you there last night? Live?
Wait a minute, who was on panel? The other person.
Oh,
I
the
think that
other
was
Kate.
V. That was V. They call her Miss V, but she's been in
No,
Annie's
somebody
for a
else that
while.
he was talking about.
Whoa.
Oh, I don't know.
And then he said he doesn't want to fight with me. Well, I haven't been around to fight with him. Like, what would I be fighting about? I haven't been around. But then he starts acting like, Mukbang, you might as well admit it to yourself, because I'm sure that there's at least 25 people or more that see your game. Like, you're so fucking bored with the people you're with. You're really fucking bored. You can't handle the small talk. You need the big talk. You need the game. You need laughter. You need shit. All you're
Mhm.
doing is
Nailed
fucking
it.
talking about shit on people's panel. That's all you're doing. You're not having a good time. That's all
That's
you're
true.
doing is disrespecting all of us. That's all you do. You do not have
Right.
a good time, because I can't stand watching it.
Right. And I agree with that, Candy, too. The other thing, too, um, you know, MT wanted to stop, claim a lot of stuff about what other people have done, but he's done some pretty not so nice things in the past too to other people, and those people are still around, and they all really remember, and it was
He
hurtful.
needs to admit it, though. Like, Lynn is so convinced that we are wrong about him. Lynn, let me just tell you something. You're a newbie. You're not here from the past, back in the day. You are not an OG. You don't know shit. Because if you did, then you'd know the shit that he did over Annie and me and God. Nickname. Who else? God, the list just goes on and on and on. And
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
Everybody's
if
been a
you don't
victim.
know, then you're not an OG. You don't know shit. You can stick up for him till you're blue in the face. I've been on and off friends with him for 4 years, 5 times. And it's been his
Right,
fault the whole time. I've never been not one time was it my fault of any argument or anything with him. Not one time was it my fault at all.
right. And
At
again,
all.
that's when we were amicable, which was not that long ago. That's what we all tried to do. I mean, we all learned, and again, I'm not trying to be disrespectful or throw shade or just whatever, because this is just something that I've learned, some of other people that I know have learned too, that it's just easier to be nice instead of being on the business end from MT. So that's, I mean, I've even been told that by, I'm not going to start throwing names out there, but it's I've been told on multiple levels that it's just easier that way, Kate. Just do it that way. So that's what we all tried to do. We tried to be very encouraging, you know,
Oh, hold
because
on
we
before
when
I forget.
MT does his
Hold on,
cooking.
Kate. Before I forget, he was trying to sweet talk you last night. God, I didn't stop you fast enough. Fuck.
Well, I
Let's see.
missed that part.
Wait a minute. What was he saying? Oh, fuck. It flew away.
No, I think I got it, Candy. I'm not what he said exactly, but I think I know the moment because I was thinking the same thing.
Okay, tell me what I'm thinking, because so I
No,
can
there was
remember.
a subtle shift in his tone when he was talking to Kate at the end. Like, come on, sort
No,
of a
no, no.
thing.
It was some. No, it wasn't. It wasn't at the end. It was.
No, no, at the end of the conversation with her.
No, it was before the end. It was before
Do you
that.
think
That's
so?
why.
Oh, okay. Well,
Let's see. What did he say? Go ahead, Kate. I'm sorry. I didn't
Well,
mean to interrupt you, but
no,
I'm
no,
like, God, it was like
no.
I had to tell you, and then I here I'll write it down next time. I gotta make sure to it.
I know I've got that there too. I need my little Cynthia Beaumont notebook. Um, the thing was that but he says, oh no, I've changed, I don't do that anymore. Well, honey, that's what got him in trouble to begin with. I mean, he went around telling somebody he was going to slit their throat,
yeah.
so that's kind of a problem.
Oh wait, it was with
And
Annie. With Annie. Okay. He said, "Oh, Annie really likes you, and she wants to, make nice with you, and this and that." And but then you hear Annie fucking talking shit about you, and she don't want nothing to do with you or nickname or anybody. And then MT's trying to kiss your ass for Annie. Does that, you know what I mean? Like,
oh
does that make
yeah,
sense?
I do remember that part of the conversation where he was just saying that he was just talking to her and she doesn't have a problem with me and whatever, and that's fine. That really is fine.
Yeah, but
But
he's trying
like
to
I said,
kiss your ass through, like he's trying to make up whatever Annie
There was
did.
a subtle shift in the way he was speaking, the tone.
Yeah, he does change his tone.
Yeah.
If you listen to him,
He
like
was
he'll change
trying
his
to
oh
be
tone a
yeah,
lot.
cajoling and like it's not that serious. Geez, it's hard to explain, but there was a definite definite shift.
Right.
Nikki,
And
Mukbang, do you even know why you're fighting with me this time? Because you never remember why you're fighting with me. Do you even remember why you're fighting with me or why you started? Think about that, Mukbang. Think really hard and go on Lynn's panel and tell me. Tell me why you're fighting this time. I remember. Let's see if you remember because you started it.
and it's too bad that Lynn won't come and come on up
I
and
know,
talk.
Lynn. Come on, you're the tough girl. Remember all the time. I'm the tough girl. I'm right there. I'm that bitch. Well, come on, be that bitch. Get the link. Jump on. Let's see how tough you are, honey.
Well, we're not going to beat her up,
No,
Candy.
I'm
No,
not going to beat her up. I don't do that. Everybody knows
Yeah.
that I don't do that. I give people what they give me. And she's been talking shit about me, but I thought we were good. Remember Kate on Annie's panel, the secret live that she did, a members live?
oh, right.
She got on panel to make nice with me and everything, and I haven't said anything about her. I haven't been around to talk about her, but then they're talking about me.
Well,
Well,
and again, that was one of the points I did bring up was, they all want to throw around well, them over there. And it's just like, there's so many trolls. I mean, there's one and so many clone accounts. It's ridiculous. It's given me a headache trying to
hey,
figure out
Lucy
who's
Lou.
who.
Yeah.
Oh, Lucy, Lucy. Love my Lucy. Hi, sweetie. But I just don't understand the point. Let people fight their own fights, stay out of it, and support your friend behind the scenes, do whatever you want to do. Great. But if you keep poking and stirring things up, it's never going to go away and it's not going to change.
Well, nickname I remember, but he never remembers any reason the 5 times that we've had before. He doesn't remember. He just wants the beef over.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to ever say he's sorry. He never wants to admit to nothing. He's just done with the fight. And he thinks that I'm going to accept it. I'm not. I'm done.
Yeah, and I don't blame you. I mean, it is what it is. Just and I told him, after I left Annie's, he said something to me, and and MT was only in a Discord with us for a few weeks. And Candy, do you remember why MT came into the Discord in the first place?
Oh, yes, because remember I tried to get Red to talk to him because his niece died, and we tried to get him a support group. So Dizzy got all of us together in a room for him to get support. And then he needed support because then after that, Alana was still gone, and then he was stressing with his niece and Alana.
And he was very upset, and even Red came in with you there too.
I told him, I asked him to come in through Dizzy. Dizzy was the middleman.
Yep, and Diz was there too. And I even sent him the invitation to your Discord. He came in. We were all on voice talking to him, trying to be encouraging, just to be an ear, a friend.
He was going through a lot of depression at that time with the shit with Alana and his niece. And we tried to support him to where I went out of my way. I was still fighting with him. I was still fighting with him. I went out of my way to get that group together.
Imagine Red's surprise.
Yes.
Red was pretty surprised too. He's asking me going, okay, what's going on? Why do I have to go on there? I'm like, seriously, everything is cool. It's truce for right now because it's for the greater good. So anyway,
I made a truce with Red.
Yes, you did.
I helped him. I did.
You did. And so that was the whole reason that MT even came into the Discord to begin with. And he left a couple times and he would come back. And then he really honestly wasn't maybe in there, but just maybe a couple weeks. That was it. And then he went ahead and left, in which we kind of noticed, and we just figured, well, okay, he just wants his space. That's fine. I'd always understood from the past that MT really didn't like to be in Discord, and so he didn't often go in Discords, and I respected that. I'm like, that's fine. Me, I love Discord. I think it's great.
Well, he likes to escape for a few months. Remember, like, he wanted to get away from us for a while because he was fighting with Annie and stuff like that. And then he wanted to stop the feud. He didn't know how. So then he went to, what's her name? That that lady, the mukbang lady, tasty mukbang.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember her that much.
Mukbang goes in his spurts. He has to disappear for a while sometimes, and that's the way
Yeah,
he was in the past. Not, I don't see him doing that now, but in the past, well, he does with people,
yeah,
like groups
yeah,
of
I
people.
agree
He
with that.
still does that.
Yeah, I think so too. And it's just, and nickname brings up a really good point because, you know,
Ooh, I'm
even
soaking. I need my sinus towel.
with and well, this was back to the good Kate and the bad Kate thing.
Love
Um,
is sweet.
it was never supposed to be. She said that she told the story of how she got, called the good Kate or whatever, but I
Yeah.
was directly compared to her at one point in Annie's. And after that, that's where it was, assumed that that's what they were dissing at me, which and if that's the case, that's fine. I don't really care. But, she told a different story last night, and she said she told the story in a live, but if she did, honestly, I apologize. I
Exactly,
didn't hear
Nova.
it. I didn't hear her say that, but I was taking it that I was being accused of trolling. So, and I guess that she clarified that no, she never thought that was me trolling, which is good because no, I don't. I come in, and again, I've said this before, and this got blown out of proportions by so many people. Yes, I have some extra accounts, but all of my extra accounts, I'll have a whole whopping 3 accounts. This one, another one, and another
Don't
one.
they all have
Yeah.
something to do with a candle or something?
Yes, they all have a form of my name. One is Kate Hart Candles.
Well,
Gosh,
I've
I
had
wonder who
Candy,
that
Candy,
is.
Candy. I've had Candy Morgan, Candy, Candy, Candy Morgan, Candy, Candy, Candy Morgan returns, but it's
Right,
all
yeah. So,
candy.
I mean, it's pretty obvious. So, and honestly, the only reason I even have extras is if you tick me off bad enough and I still got something to say, by God, I'm going to try and come in and say it. So there you
Yeah.
go. That's why I have them. So I don't have accounts to go say things. If I'm going to come in and say something, it's going to be me. I'm going to come in and say it. So, and I feel bad that, the trolls, and again, if they're being trolled, they have to really, really pay attention. And
I
if
just
you
want to ask
have,
you before I forget about Joey. Don't you have a different opinion of Joey with those dogs he has?
who, me?
Yeah, oh
Well,
yeah.
you
Yeah, I
the
think it's
dogs.
good
Like
dogs
I
too.
didn't really like him as an influencer like he was
No.
before, like Sean Dawson and them.
Yeah.
I just didn't care for him. But now it's like he's so good with those dogs. Sorry, I didn't
If
mean to
he
interrupt you,
sticks
but
to
I
the
was like,
animal rescue videos, I think he'll do better. Yeah.
Yeah.
you know
Oh, yeah.
what? I like I was so shocked the way the dog ate that damn door off, and then he keeps stealing
that
the one dog
that's
he keeps taking outside, and like that dog's
uh,
a trip.
I got to tell you that May needs to be walked a lot.
Yes.
Is that
That
what's
is
wrong?
anxiety at the highest form is when a dog is that destructive.
Yes.
So, yeah,
Exactly.
exercise, exercise,
Well, that's good to
exercise.
know. Alana, maybe that's why your dog was eating your wall that day. Don't get mad at me for saying that, but you did say that.
Yeah, they need exercise.
Very much so. Yes, very much. So, and,
Ugh.
and, and I joked around, I joke around behind the scenes about this all the time because we are nervous pet parents. I mean, just from in the past, I've seen if you let stuff go with an animal, it can turn very disastrous very quickly.
Hmm.
And so one of mine sneezes or does anything like that, we are to the vet. We are right to the vet. And I swear sometimes they take advantage of us big time. But hey, my old vet, we saw him for 30 years, and he was just your good old country doc vet. I loved the man to death. I hated him when he retired, but he would, he would just say, the thing that irked him the most was people when he asked how long was the animal showing any kind of symptoms of being ill. Well, 4 or 5 days ago. It's like, oh, son
Yeah.
of a bitch. And so it is, I joke to him and to everybody else. I said, I probably paid for a couple semesters of your kid to go to college, at least. So, I mean, sometimes we're unlucky with stuff. I mean, I had one cat that his teeth would have to be pulled. He had bad teeth and he would have to have his teeth pulled, and that's not cheap. But
No.
it's the best thing for him, and so we had it done. My little female cat came to find out one day. He looks at her teeth. He goes, "Huh, she's losing some teeth." I'm like, "Really?"
Those you
Yeah.
gotta like those dogs with those blue eyes. God, I want one of those
Oh, they're
dogs.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really weird. Does that mean when they have 11? Somebody said that means that there's more than one dog that did it with her or something.
Hi, Lana.
That's possible.
Well, I've heard that. I've watched these big litters and stuff, and hey, Alana, and I've heard that, so I don't know, but it's weird because one does look like that Chihuahua. He's so funny though. Like I just love his personality with the dogs, but again, I didn't like him as an influencer.
Right.
No,
And then with mukbang, I think mukbang. I do remember you saying you were going to get your dog fixed right after that. Then I think the electricity went out. Remember that? I think the electricity went out, and he got nervous and scared, and he panicked, and I think that's why he got sidetracked. I'm not sure. I'm not making excuses for him, but I think when all that happened, his life just he forgot about it. You know what I mean? I don't know how you could forget until the dog gets pregnant again. But you told everybody, you promised people that were worried about you having more puppies, mukbang, that you were going to get it. Even Annie, you told Annie, everybody that you were going to get it done. So everybody's like, oh my God, you're putting your dog through stress. You're putting yourself through stress because we know how much you love the dogs. And you're saying
sure. That was never a question. Absolutely.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't want to name them. I don't want to be friendly to them. That's what he said about the other ones. And he couldn't get rid of the other ones until like almost the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know, right? Yep. I swear I thought we were going to see tears because I think one of the kids got one pup. There was 3. So I think both kids got a pup, and I think there was another
dark
pup.
One went first when his ex came and picked it up.
Right. And I remember one going to the car. I remember seeing that one, and I swear I thought he was going to cry. He says, "Oh no, I have to lose my baby, but I'll get to still see it." And we're like, "Yes, don't worry about it." So yeah, that was never in question that he cares about his animals. Yes, but all I can say too is
you're starting to echo, Kate.
Oh, let me go out and come back.
Yeah.
Am I echoing?
No, you're fine.
Okay. Well, I don't know. And I heard he had 5. I didn't watch the video that he showed with the puppies because, like, I don't even know where it is, and I don't feel like watching it. But I heard he had 5 puppies now. Before it was just 3.
Ooh.
Yeah, before it was just 3 puppies. Now he's at 5.
Oh, not good.
And he lives in an apartment. You know what I mean? So
hopefully that's better.
Oh yes.
Kate, he had 5 puppies, right, this time?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't even know the dog had puppies till yesterday.
Yeah,
and I was just like, wait, what? how are there more puppies? I was shocked.
Supposedly he showed them on the live. He's had them, or wait, was it 5 weeks that he's had them?
I see. Again, I didn't even know there was any kind of puppy till yesterday. So no idea.
And I don't follow him, so I don't watch his lives.
Well, his lives are too late for me, so I don't ever catch it. So it's like I don't catch it.
I'm in bed. I'm old.
Alana, if you happen to hear this, we were talking about you earlier. But
it wasn't in a bad way. Not in a bad way.
Well, no, I'm just letting her know now. So if she happens to listen to this, we were saying how rude that was because your name is on the live last night.
Exactly.
And then you went on the live and she kicked you off, but she's taunting you by putting your name on the live.
I'm sure that's against TOS, by the way.
What? To call somebody out like that?
Call out videos are against TOS.
Oh, true. I said,
got the book on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is against TOS. So.
But yeah, she called her out, and then she had to decide if it was okay with mukbang to keep her up, and she got upset that she was. But the thing is Mukbang was talking loud, so that made her talk loud. You know what I mean?
True. Yes, exactly. And well, and all I can say, and this goes for everybody,
He did that to me
past
on Red's panel.
past behavior predicts future behavior.
Remember when he
Oh,
did that
and
to me on Red's
sister,
panel?
say again.
He did that to me on Red's panel. Like I got on the
Oh,
panel and then he got on and then started yelling and screaming at me and I couldn't talk and I just left.
yeah.
He
What
said
was
I
the
was
point?
afraid of him. No, I can't yell over you.
Well, because that is, MT tries to be powerful because a lot of the time MT is spinning his gears there, trying to get in there. And because again, he was misinterpreting some of the things I was saying last night as to I was talking about something completely different than what he was talking about. So
Well,
I was
wait a
trying to be,
minute.
whoa,
Alana,
wait.
wait, Kate, Alana was on panel twice when you were on and she kicked her off?
N-
Alana
no,
said she
Oh,
kicked her twice.
I was on panel first. I went up and went on panel.
Well,
And
Alana said twice she went on panel, but I only saw one.
yeah, I only saw once too. And I just kind of muted myself because I wanted to not, talk. I
yeah.
just wanted to let them, because like I said, that was between them. So I just stayed out of it.
Of
It's
course.
not my
Yeah.
business. And but I think again, this is all comes back, and it's going to be a learning curve for Lynn, whether she wants to, believe this or not. This is just, it's not throwing shade at her or whatever, like she thinks. This is constructive criticism, because when you're going to
Oh.
advertise to have somebody come up, then be a proper host.
I
And
think she's
when
saying that Lynn called her out twice. You mean she called you out twice and then you came up finally?
Your name in a title, like a call out thread.
Well, she's saying the call out thing, but then she's saying she called me out twice. You mean in the live she called you out while Kate was on panel? Like she was taunting her to come in the live or something? Because she does do that. Like they did that to me one night. They were taunting me like more than one night to me to come on panel. No, I don't want to yell over mukbang.
right, exactly. And he did talk, and that's one thing, as the channel owner, that she shouldn't have allowed someone, because actually it's not MT's channel either. He should have respected Lynn enough to let people talk, and Lynn should have put him in his place to say, hey, look, let's let everybody talk and not talk over one another. So I think
Yeah.
that's only fair. And
It
again,
is.
I never called anyone a name, but I got called, I got told to shut up. I got called a bitch, so it's like,
She
come
kept
on.
threatening people to kick him off the panel. And like, if you don't do
Yeah.
what I say, I'm going to kick you off. Be careful.
And again, I didn't even know
Yeah.
I got that a couple times, and I'm trying to figure out what the heck what did I do to get kicked
Well,
off the
Mukbang was
panel?
raising his voice, which alerted her like a baby monitor. It's
I'm
the
sorry. Oh,
truth.
God. Oh, I
Oh my
love you,
god.
Candy. You're a trip.
It's the tone in his voice that changes, and then that's what me and Kathy are talking about, the tone of his voice. It
Yeah, it
changes.
does.
Oh, my. That's yeah. But again, it's basically MT was a guest on the panel too, so he shouldn't have been allowed to overtalk and disrespect anybody on the panel. Nobody else did. I mean, Kate let me talk when I spoke.
What do you think
V
of the
let
video
me
after
talk.
that, Alana? Alana should come up here so we could ask her. So I'm not talking over you. Because I'm curious, like it's almost like she wanted us to feel sorry for the life she had, and it bothered her disability. Like that's
Well,
what I got from it. That I
I
Uh-huh.
feel
saw
like
that
she
Lynn
wanted us
had
to feel
made a
bad.
live saying she was disappointed, but I didn't see it. She deleted it.
Well,
No, you guys all saw it today. That one, I screen recorded it.
Oh, okay. I haven't got through all of
that
it yet.
one.
That's what
Oh,
I'm
Oh,
watching.
okay.
That was from last night. Okay. Thank
Yeah, I
you.
don't
Yeah.
know. It's like
Okay.
how long of a video is that? Like about an 8 or 15? I don't know.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was very long, but no, I had started watching it when Kathy went live, so I'll finish watching it later. And again, you know, nobody was rude. Anybody that came up, you know, I don't think
Well,
I
I
was
think they
rude.
made you guys get defensive. Like Rochelle was like, God, I can't hear you. And then he's yelling over her. And then she's kind of getting defensive because like
Well,
nobody's listening to her.
I think Kate had something to say, and she wanted to say it, and those two were, well, not derailing her on purpose, but
Yeah, I
they were,
did.
yeah. And I could tell that because Kate got very determined to finish what she had to say.
You know me, guys. I am determined. I am a determined little brat. And again, I will call. I don't call people names. Like, and again, I'll call you a bitch or an
Mukbang called you out
asshole.
last night about that. Remember?
Yes, exactly. And I did try to apologize for that, because it was
But
your
didn't
live,
they say
Candy.
it wrong? Like you said it one way and they said it another way. Wasn't
Probably.
it
I
a?
don't know.
Was it had to
I
do
don't
with a
even.
heifer or something? I don't remember how they worded it.
Oh, no, no, no. Yeah. He said that I called her a fat cow. No, I did not. Cow, yes. Well, though, so then he cuts me off and says, well, so it's okay as long as you called a cow. I said,
I
no, it
can't
wasn't
get
okay
used to
on
that
any
picture
level.
from Mukbang. I
And
mean,
I was very
nickname.
upset that day. And I do believe I apologized to her for that because that was inappropriate of me to do. I even apologized to you, Candy, because it was your panel. And I apologized to you publicly for acting like that because that's not me. I don't get up there and start yelling and screaming. I mean, some people that have known me for over 2 years can say, have I ever done that? No, I haven't. I
Oh,
try to be.
also, didn't I talk about Alana? I was saying Alana earlier, so in case she hears this, about how we were talking about how when you're friends with them, it's way different than like Mukbang called that out last night. That's why I brought it up. Mukbang called out that, oh, you'll see how she is. Well, we see how she is. We've seen how I've seen her how she is since January. But then
Well, he said
these
last night he
people,
trolled.
well,
I
these
thought that
these
was kind of
people
funny.
well, these people are saying that like they're saying this and that about you, but we were saying earlier that out of all the shit that we've said and we've done or we've talked about, we've never gotten any threatening phone calls from you or
No,
text messages or
No,
nothing.
no,
But these people show your shit and you get so aggravated with them, so they can't be very nice to you because you're constantly going back and forth, both of you, with Annie and you and Mukbang and you. You're fighting, cussing, yelling, screaming. We said we've never gotten one of those, and they're saying, oh, you'll get it. We've pretty much been upfront with her. I think that's the thing. We don't play games with her. You know what I mean?
exactly,
And I
exactly,
think they were
Candy.
playing games with her. They were afraid with
yeah,
her. They were afraid of her, so they tolerated her when we're just talking to her normal. Like, you know what I mean? And but we're
Yes,
not getting threatening phone calls and shit. And I'm like, God, we talked to her for like how long in Discord, and we didn't get no. I don't have any.
nope,
no, I don't.
nope.
So we're
And
trying to
and
figure out
again,
what they said to you to get you that pissed off, and then
well,
for you to
exactly.
get them pissed off.
And that's just it because supposedly, again, that's where I get misconstrued. Oh my, misconstrued that they're all out there going, well, they. Exactly who is the they they're talking about? Because I, unless you see my name, it isn't me. I haven't called anybody's kids, I haven't called anybody's family. And again, if that's happening to you, then you need to look to see who you are giving information to.
Yeah, we're not two faced. If you ask us, even if we hurt your feelings, we'll still tell you.
Yeah, I know. And that's just it, Candy. I think a lot of people think that they got to
We're
blow
not
smoke
kissing
up
her
other
ass. Everybody
people's
thinks we're
skirts.
kissing her ass. We're not. Like, we're very upfront with her. Very.
And we try not to be. I mean, I just try to be. And again, I said that last night. I'm not going after anybody. I'm not going after any creator. I'm not going to talk about any creator. But if you're going to start putting stuff out there, let's get it straight. Let's
Yeah,
get it right. You can even Alana will tell you that Kate doesn't like that, and I will keep on until we get that straight. And then we did, and we had an understanding, and I get it. I don't agree with everything Alana does. I don't agree with everything Annie does or has done. I don't agree with things that MT has done or is doing. But that's my opinion and that's me. And that's how I'm going to keep it. So I just don't, and again, nickname, poor nickname. What did she ever do? Nothing. She never came back. I guess that's what she did. And boy, the toes that crushed some serious toes. And that's on them, not her. And because some of the stuff that Adam was very disrespectful. Adam threw a lot of shade. Well, golly, isn't that what's coming up right now?
Wait a minute,
And
Adam threw
some
shade at
people
what?
are seeing exactly kind of how Adam is.
But what are you talking
And,
about? What's the latest shade that Adam's done? I haven't seen it.
well, between him and Annie, and with all the Cynthia Beaumont stuff between him and Annie,
I guess
and
I'm lost because I haven't heard nothing
and
for a
well,
couple weeks.
exactly. And so, there's been stuff going on that Annie's not happy about with Cynthia Beaumont, with, Adam. And who knows with Adam and Cynthia, if it's an act, if it's staged, if it's not staged, who cares? Because it's stupid.
Yeah. Thank you.
It doesn't really matter either way. So it is what it is. But, Adam has not turned out to be just the sweet little innocent guy he is. He gets up there and says shit. And that was our whole point. Yeah, we threw a little bit of shade. We threw a little bit of shade at everybody. MT would be the first one to admit. He's thrown shade at me. I've thrown shade at him. Okay. I'm not going to go crawl in the corner and cry because MT threw shade at me. I'm going to throw it back. I don't care.
Or you just don't care.
Yeah, that's mostly it. I just don't care.
Just don't care.
So I just don't get it. I mean, people just, they think that, I don't know. I don't even know my whole point. I just know that,
with a little bit of that fluid for barbecues.
Well, yeah, nickname got ran over the coals for stuff and she was being honest. And it's true. And other people have seen it too. That when Adam comes to the live at Annie's, it's like life stops, Adam's here.
No.
And then he wants to get up on panel. And it's fine. When he gets up on panel, okay.
There's always
all I hear is
some
Adam.
kind of confusion in the mic fucks up and
yeah,
right.
Like his audio sucks.
Yes.
The way
we're talking in Annie's live for a long time, even calling in. Remember when back in the day with the phone calls, it was always staticky and
And so, but it's just got to be kind of annoying. So some folks would just kind of leave. Some of us would just kind of tune out. Some people would go, Adam, why don't you go have a live on your channel and we'll come over there, So, and we were just trying to deflect a little bit, but it got taken all out of proportion. And, other people thought that too. But nickname was one of the ones that was brave enough to pretty much kind of say it out loud. And she just got slammed after the fact. It was all okay what was, at first. But then after the fact, it wasn't okay. And that was her great crime. Well, now look where we're at now.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sorry. We called
Annie,
about
if you're watching, you don't even look like you're happy. You look like you're putting on the fucking clown happy face when you turn your camera on until you turned it off. I'm being fucking honest right now.
Right.
So is this some sort of way that you think you can grow your channel? Is letting MT let you catch the backlash while he stays?
Didn't she say that in the video that Annie's helping her build her channel? But she said she had a channel years ago with crafting, a big channel, and then she dumped it. And
that's too bad, because if you think this is bringing you any, well, other than notoriety in the worst sort of form.
If you'd like to see anything, Lynn, that he's done in the past, that he's cussed Kate out, me out, even Kathy. See, I think got a cuss out.
Yeah, but I don't care.
No, I'm just saying, like, Lynn, if you'd like to hear him cuss everybody out, and then the people back in the day, I'll give it to you. I have the videos, I think. I'll be glad to share them.
Well, and again, too, it stems back because, like I said, when things went south between me and Annie, I reached out to MT. He said something to me, and I said, he was like, "Oh, well, don't worry about it. Things will all work out. Things will be fine." I said, "Well,
That's because he's
sadly,
had second chances and third and fourth and fifth with other people.
right,
He thinks, it's going to go that way
right,
too
oh,
with
and
everybody.
that's true." And that was fine. I didn't mind that he reached out to me about it, and that was fine. And I was very honest with him. I said, I really appreciate that. I said, no offense, and but I'm not going to go back. I don't have any ill will towards anybody. I have no intentions of talking about anyone, and I never did. I didn't. I didn't say anything about anybody from that community at all. And then later, some things started going on, and yes, and yes, I was helping or going to speak up for my friend
The
because
only thing I saw wrong was Sakina in there starting a problem in the Discord.
well, and that did happen, yes. And again, to me, another thing that happened that I was really disappointed with, not only on MT's level, but on Annie's level, to where he said, well, I gave her the password to all my stuff and she can just go look and see what was said. Fine. I that doesn't bother me because I never said anything inappropriate or nothing that I wouldn't have said right to you.
Yeah.
So I don't have a problem with that.
And Annie didn't find shit in all the fucking time that I talked to MT about me, or she would have used it.
Right.
She supposedly had the password and she looked at everything that I said. It must not have been that bad because she didn't show it all.
No,
and
honestly, Candy, around the 4th of July, I kind of went on one of her panels there at the end and, was a little bit upset because she said, well, I'll show the
exactly,
screenshots.
Lucy.
She read screenshots. She didn't show any. She read them. And that's fine. And again, but to me, that is not okay.
That just shows she's a shady person and not to be her friend because she'll fuck you over and so will he.
Well, and
that's all
again,
that shows.
They shouldn't be showing private conversations between other people, and plus she wasn't the only one he gave the information to look. It was other people too. So, again, like, I'm not embarrassed about anything I've said privately or publicly. I stick by what I say. But again, do I find it a little bit disturbing that they're so willing to share it and to show it? Well, sure, because that's a private conversation that was meant to stay private between two people. And again,
And see, MT keeps talking about these, DMs and stuff with him. And the thing is I still haven't shown his. Like, what is he getting from it? Just being a backstabber, a shady snitch, like I called him. He's a snitch to show his shit like that. Like,
right. And Nickname said something kind of interesting. She said she stuck up for Sakina over everyone. Now where is she? She's still around, Nickname. She hasn't gone anywhere.
She was educated. Sakina was educated and she talked wonderful on her stream and, did a beautiful presentation, she said. Remember that?
Right. So she's around, I'm sure, just because we don't see, we kind of have to remember too that, and some of these folks are forgetting that we were at one point treated like family. Because Annie's
Nickname always getting called out as family. Nickname, where are you? Nickname absolutely was called out like all the time. She was on the top of the list always.
Absolutely. And so, at one time we were treated like family, and we tried to reciprocate. I mean, both of us, and we didn't have to do that. We didn't have to donate, but I donated towards Tortellini. I donated towards Boogie. Oh my God. God, Doobie. Jeez, I can't talk. And I was glad to do it because my heart was breaking for her. Mm-hmm. And, I know what animals mean to us. So, yeah. And then I think I threw her some other stuff, wine fun here and there, whatever. But those were things I wanted to do. Nobody made me do that. I did it because I wanted to. And, again, I thought I was family. and that's okay. So
We have Lucy.
yes, I miss Lucy.
Of course. But yeah, so family, and then something picks at it and picks at it and picks at it, and it just collapses.
Oh, nickname, I know you did.
What do you think of Angie calling me out because I thought that she was being rude because she doesn't like to be called out on her weight, but then she's making fun of Alana when Alana can't see her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well,
That's what I
yeah,
thought.
and
That's why I did that. And she
You
could say
know,
she would have done
Patty,
the same thing to me. She would
let,
have.
let me just jump in here. Angie, when you don't want people to know that you're triggered, don't make a triggered video.
I know. And then she
exactly.
I
said
mean,
she's on
Jesus.
the Percocet. Can you
Yeah,
tell she's
exactly.
on Percocet? Like she's like strung out. You could tell by her face. Have you
Well,
seen
it's
her
not
face?
that she's strung out. It's just if you're trying to let people see how cool, calm, and collected you are, don't make a triggered video because clearly you were triggered. Just shut up
Well,
about
she
it.
gets it triggered pretty easy, in my opinion. But hey, okay. And
Yeah,
and I'm sorry, but we called it there too.
but not.
We
But
called it there too.
oh,
And
we
and
did.
that's gotten backpedaled a couple times. Over on the other side, it's been like, well, I'm mad at her too
We
because it's
still
all her
want you
fault.
on
It's
here.
all her fault. And she's one that gave her the information to begin with. I'm like, well, shocker there. So,
Oh,
and
wait a
but
minute,
then
Lynn. Is it
the
because your
next minute
husband's
it's all
home?
fine. It's okay. It's okay.
You think she won't come up here because maybe her husband won't let her because it's daytime?
No.
Well, that's what she said. She can only go live at night. Maybe she can't get on panel.
I
Remember,
know.
she
I
said when her husband's sleeping
Yeah.
only.
Who knows?
But Lynn, you
you
don't look
know,
good at all. You look so stressed out compared to the very first video that you made when you were angry with us the first time. Go look at the video that you made the very first time of us complaining about something. Go look, even if you blocked it, go look and then look at yourself now. You look like you're very stressed out to the fullest. I'm being honest. I'm not even being rude. I'm not saying you look ugly, you look weird. I'm just saying you look stressed out as fuck.
right. And
Well, maybe
again,
slightly demonic, but that's just my opinion.
I don't know if the link's there, Alana.
What? Link for what?
Oh, Alana said I can come up or can I come up? I don't know. She writes backwards like me.
Sure. Just hang on a second. Uh,
and Nova, you're a very neutral person, honey. I mean,
oh,
there's several people that have pulled it off, and I'm so impressed that they
yeah.
can do that.
I'm impressed too. Nova, you've always conducted yourself stellar. So I also go to other chats out of enjoyment that nobody else likes. So, I just
Oh, I do too, Kathy. Yeah,
yeah,
I've
I
got a
mean,
friend that I do other stuff with. Yeah, and yeah, YouTube is definitely not a new place for me either, and that's
no.
why I say I had to learn the hard way about personal information and that kind of stuff, and so I don't share it. So again, please, people, guard your personal information no matter what, and it's your personal information. If you want to keep your YouTube life separate from your personal life, then don't share your information.
Oh, I
And
need to
again,
ask you guys something. Have you guys heard or anything from AMB? I'm worried about her because I heard she had
No,
COVID
I
and
haven't
then
heard any.
hey
I think
Alana.
she's been around. I think she's been around.
Oh
I
no,
heard
she
even
had
Sheila's
COVID, but
been
I mean
back.
I haven't seen her anywhere. Well, I haven't been around, but I'm just saying I haven't seen her on Discord. I haven't seen her on anything.
Hey, Jean.
Lucy, I'll try. I'll try to be good. Hey, Jean.
Hey Jean, I haven't seen you in Discord. But then again, I haven't been in Discord. But I haven't seen you in the last day or so. Oh, Alana, did you hear what we said about when you guys were talking, or when you were talking to them, all when you guys were showing your conversations and stuff, they were yelling, screaming, cussing, verbal and texting. But we were saying you haven't sent us any of those. But Mukbang was saying that we're using you and this and that. We're afraid of you. They were afraid of you, obviously.
I
The
don't
thing
know.
with that is the reason why I get so triggered and angry with them is because they lie about the situation. With
Always.
us, you guys don't lie. You don't twist the situation. You don't say things that are untrue. You say, "Okay, Elena, you did this," and you say what I did. You don't twist the situation. You don't make me into this doxing monster that they put me out to be. I've had Kathy C's information since we got over a fight over this copy strike claim. And me and her has been, well, I've had an issue with her since way back in June. And if I was this horrible person that loved to harass people, I think she would be the main person I would go after.
That was June of this year or last year?
Last year,
Yeah,
2020.
yeah, because I know you knew her before me.
Yeah, I have her information because she was going to fight me in court over me, the copy strike that I put against her. And the
See, like when you
situation
were in,
is,
listen, hold on for a second. When you were in Discord, people don't understand. Sometimes we were just talking, we were sending like the crime videos, or we were sending other videos, we were laughing.
Right,
We weren't just gossiping
right.
about people. We weren't talking about Annie or MT. We were talking
No,
about other stuff.
exactly. And they don't understand that. And they're jealous when I say, you guys kept me level headed and taught me how to cope with their stupidity. Whereas when I was in this situation when you were taunting me, Candy, they were over there saying, "Oh, this is funny, keep it up with you." And then they were in my DMs on Instagram saying, "Oh, just ignore it and da da da." With you guys were saying, "Don't make any videos because it's just going to be worse. Who cares what they say? Just sit back and let them say whatever they want."
Well, you did pretty good because I wouldn't have lasted that long. Fuck.
yeah, I think she did pretty good too. I mean,
As you
you know,
know
and
me
again,
with my mouth, she lasted a lot longer than I would have ever.
and I will say this, that again, I don't agree with everything that MT does. I don't agree with everything
I'm sure you
Alana
don't
does.
agree with everything I do either.
No, I don't. And again, I'm sure people don't agree with everything I do
How
either.
rude, Kate.
I know, aren't
Get
I?
over it.
I
We have
know.
tools to deal with it. Just everybody
Right.
chill. Yeah.
Right. We'll fight behind the scenes,
Yeah.
And
King.
see, Alana didn't say, I took myself out of Discord because I'm pissed off at them. I'm mad at them. She didn't even say she was out of the Discord. Nobody even knew she was out of the Discord. Everybody thought she was still in the Discord.
Oh, I know. Yeah. 'Cause
And she
I know I
wasn't
missed
even
it
in
too.
there. And she didn't even say, I'm not in the Discord anymore. I'm not talking to them because I don't like them. That's why I excuse myself. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
She didn't say anything.
Exactly. She excused herself for her personal reasons, and we respect that. And we go on forward and do what we need to do. And we're amicable. There's, again, that's just the one thing. I said,
Yeah.
you know what, guys? We let it go. I mean, and still they claim all the time though, well, we're not, you know how much
When
things that
I
she's
was
done,
doing
and
trollish shit.
it's like a free pass because of the past.
Yeah.
And it's like, but it's okay to talk about stuff that's happened with Alana in the past, but it's not okay to talk about what happened with MT in the past. So, everybody has past shit.
Yeah.
So everybody needs to just step it up, let
We
it
need to
go.
get a
But the
bulletin
point that
board
I'm
and put
trying to
like the
make here
year.
is I don't troll under other people's names. I've got the balls if I'm going to troll and do stupid shit or dishonest shit. I'm going to do. Kiwi Farms has got a record of what I've done. The trollish bull lying shit that I've done. And it was all under my account, not no one else. And the point that I was trying to tell this Kate, the other Kate, that I would never attack your children. I would never say disgusting crap about your children. Number one, my daughter is in the army. I would never wish that things because I wouldn't want my daughter to be killed in the line of action. And why this woman's got a hate boner for me for absolutely no reason. It it pisses me off, but then I have to learn. I have to be an adult and accept. Absolutely. MT had admitted last night on panel after you late and left Kate with Rochelle up there that he hates me and he has already always hated me. Okay, then why invite me to this community? I still feel like this man had brought me over here for the purpose of dragging me through the mud to embarrass me because I embarrassed him. And that was the point for it all.
And actually, can I say something honestly to you, Lana? I don't really think that that was the main reason that he wanted you to come to this community or however you got to the community. I think that things were fine.
I think they enjoyed her review. Actually, they were laughing.
I think they did too. See, I agree with Candy on that too. I think what happened though, Alana, was when you kind of did come in, I have to say it this way too. Angie's a very possessive person. Anybody that's going to be friends with MT, no, and I don't know that's probably not the case anymore because, she's moved on with whatever. She's on to different drama. But I think too that part of it was you were fine at first with them with what it seemed like. I remember you even chatted with Reaper for a while. Things were going pretty good over there. Well, then the mystery email that somebody sent you to say, hey, when MT starts to get derailed, because the boy can get derailed. He really can. And he can he could let his mouth go. And those that know him know that that's what happens. And that email was probably legit, saying, hey, do you think you could tone him down? You have a way with him. But some other people got a little bit miffy about, what was going on. And I think when that fractured at that point is maybe when the problems started the most. That's just my opinion. I don't know. I could be totally, totally wrong. But I do think I agree with Candy that they wanted the notoriety from the
because then it went to Negs and then Negs reviewed it. So they got subs and
exactly. And that's what they wanted. So they got everything they wanted off of that. They really did. And I think, and it's come out to the history of that email, and where it came from, and I think it kind of took off from there, and then how you kind of came over was with from that you kind of trickled in when they came back over here, because for a while again, because there's beefs that go on for periods of time, and at one time, I think they were beefing even with each other, and but people always get caught up in the sidekick of it, and so I think that's kind of maybe where things got off to a bad start. Excuse you. Oh my goodness.
What was that?
That was my husband. How rude. Now he's laughing. Oh my goodness.
Tell your husband the burp made it to Canada.
And see, here's the point that I was trying to make with all this. Mm-hmm. My beef with another community should have never been brought up. And that's always been the contention with MT. Well, look at this. She did this. He has no idea what the hell happened.
Done with you. He's talked about shit that happened 4 years ago that never really happened, but he said it happened.
Yeah.
The thing, he keeps acting like me and Gigi had this big falling out, and I was this worst person. If you catch Gigi to where he's not getting backlash because he's talked about me, because just like Kathy C, she gets hell for talking and being nice to me now. Gigi does too. If it if he was to get on his panel and say, "Look, we've talked in the past couple of days. We talked in the last month. We've come to the conclusion that it was just fucking ridiculous. It was all a mistake. It was an all misunderstanding. It was not a big deal. I wasn't trying to get him to do stuff. He wasn't trying to get me to do stuff. We both, he was being attacked by a big creator. And in return, his family was being doxxed. His mother is sick. Can you imagine? That would that would affect anybody's mentality at that time. And of
Right.
course
That's
he's
that's
not
true.
gonna be happy. And when he thinks he's being two-faced, and that's what he thought I was being to him, he wasn't so nice to me. And that's the way he explained it. He thought I was being two-faced.
Mhm.
He went off somebody on the panel last night. Who was it? It wasn't you. It wasn't Kate. It was somebody that he liked. I don't know if it was Lynn or Kate, but they said something and he jumped them for a second. Might have been Kate. They said the wrong word, the way they said it. And do you remember, Kathy? It's like he jumped them.
No,
But it was
because
one of the people
I
that's
was
with him.
yeah, I was more interested in what Kate, Alana, and Rochelle had to say. So I
Yeah.
skipped around until from beginning to end, I never watched it all.
No, I still haven't either because like I said, that staying up late like that for me is not the norm. Just because I'm not a morning person. I need my sleep. I'm grumpy. My husband gets up and he's like, "Come on, let's get up." I'm like, "Oh God, go away." What's
Alana,
wrong
tell us the
with
truth on this. Have
I
we,
know.
because I've heard that Annie and Mukbang wanted you to come after me, but has anybody in Discord even one time said, go take MT or go take Annie? I haven't.
you? Nope. I've
No,
not.
none of you guys have. When
You
I
didn't even bring it
offered
up.
when I no, I did it one time. You wasn't in the chat, Kate wasn't in the chat, and Kathy C wasn't in the chat. It was me and someone else in the chat, and I'm not going to say who. I said, "Well, that's it. Fuck it. I'm going to go take his damn channel down. I'm tired of his fucking shit." And the person said, "Now, what is that going to accomplish? You're angry at him, so what is that going to accomplish? He's just going to come back and blah blah blah."
Yeah, I didn't say that.
No, you didn't say that. And the person don't like MT and can't stand what he does. And they're like, don't do it. There's no reason to. You're just mad and don't do it. And they want to sit over there and call you guys the mean girls and that you're putting me up to stuff. You're the one that keeps me from going off on them. You guys keep me calm.
Thank you for saying that, Alana, because that's all we've been trying to do is not necessarily try to keep you calm, just to kind of get you to see things from a different perspective and in a different light. And and be the voice of reason in your ear.
Yeah, sometimes there's 5 or 6 people in there. That's 5 different brains working.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
And
And
all
that's
of
all
you all,
everybody's
you're
trying.
like, don't make a video because right now it's not going to be it, they believe that this is happening. It's not going to make a difference, and all it's going to do is fuel it. Just
Right.
Yeah.
stay calm, don't
They
say
wanted to
nothing.
trigger
And then
Lana. They
Annie
wanted to
started kind
trigger
of,
you and for content for their videos. And if we could all just sit down and talk you down, then it's better for us and a calmer YouTube in our little
Right.
corner of the world.
Right.
And there's nothing more that pisses somebody off more is not reacting to them.
Right.
and see, Annie was
Yeah,
getting upset, so she kept calling Alana out when she
yeah,
wasn't even
yeah,
doing a
yeah.
video or she wasn't even going live. And trust me, I wouldn't have held out that long.
Yeah. So it's
So I don't
just
know what kind of pills you were
sometimes you
taking,
got to
but you
pick
sat
your
on it.
battle because
But
none of
like
us
you
are
guys
going to win
said,
the
at
war.
that point, no matter what I would have done, no matter what I was said, even if I had proof to put there, they wouldn't
Yeah.
listen or they wouldn't care. They
Well,
were
that's what I'm
after me,
saying.
and that was the point.
But listen, that's what I'm saying. They're screaming, yelling matches, verbally, text messaging, and that's all we saw was you yelling at her, them yelling at you, you cussing them out, them cussing you out. That's all we saw. We didn't see no calm, don't do it, don't do this, don't do that. All we saw is yelling and screaming. That's why we asked if we've never gotten one of those. And Mukbang brought it up last night. That's why I brought it up. I'm not throwing shit out there. That's why I said I don't just throw shit out there. It was said last night. That's why I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, we're not telling her to go. Trust me, if I was telling her to do it, her head probably would have got all fucked up and she probably would have struck everything you've done. But we
Right. And
didn't.
well, and that's just it too. We're all not going to agree about what path to take. That's where we all are each individual grown-ups. I mean, of course, yes, we all are got, because me, I admit I got a little bit miffed about how I got treated last night.
Yeah.
And
And so.
but I had to kind of remember that, other people were like, well, hey, it's, maybe Lynn needs to, get some advice on how to do a panel, and and again, I wasn't trying to throw shade at her, but again, she puts out a video that's got people's name in it or terms that is addressing someone else and saying, well, we're going to go live tonight. I thought that was
and then putting the name in, calling her out, and keep calling her out.
Right. And then so when you call somebody out, and you should expect them to, again, I that happened with me. I got called out,
and go get a bottle of wine or something at your request to calm her ass down.
Yeah.
Lynn called me and Kate both out last night.
And then when we went up on the panel, out.
And MT went and made a snotty remark about to Ro about wine. Got your wine. Yep. It's like.
Well, he did, because
was supposed to be
that's my whole point
for her. Remember?
Right. That's my whole point with, regardless of what MT thinks about me and what I think about him, he tried to be on the over defensive with me last night. And instead of Lynn calming it down and saying, hey, let's all have a turn to speak, he just kept talking over me. And then I couldn't half hear. So then I got accused of doing whatever to Lynn, and well, I'm just going to kick you off. And it had to take MT to go, wait, let her talk.
That's because Lynn couldn't hear MT. Understand him. She heard his voice go up.
I'm sorry. Was I the only one that sat right there and heard him say that, well, yeah, I troll, but I'm just not trolling anybody right now? Like, what?
I heard that.
But no, I don't troll. No, I don't troll.
Hey, Lynn, you should come up here. Maybe, look at Alana's not yelling or anything at us. Like, we're talking to her normal. We didn't kick her off or threaten her or tell her we're going to push her in the corner. Come up here and out this.
I really wish she would. I wish she would. Because,
well, we're going to be, Kathy can be the person that blocks them or kicks them off from and give them a timeout.
I'll be a moderator.
Yeah, she can give Alana a timeout and say, okay, I'm going to kick you off for 5 minutes. Come back.
Well, and I don't even think it would take that. I mean, it's just that everybody should have their opinion. And what I've seen lately around,
but I thought we were good after that live, the members live. I thought we were good because after that live, okay, I'm sorry, I apologize and stuff. She apologized to me for what she did to me, and then boom, the next day.
Right. And I get that, and I understand that too. But
see, I'm upfront and honest with people. I'm not fucking telling them this and that. If it's on a live, it's on a live. You can't say it didn't happen.
Well, that's true. That is
that's
true.
What I said. It's there.
Well, and that's just it. Nickname. She was in here earlier being upset, saying that we were, saying bad things. No, nobody is saying bad things. If anything, Lynn, go back, rewatch your live, and see our point. And if you don't see our point, well, then that's fine. I don't know what to tell you. But from my perspective, as someone being on your panel, that, you allowed others on your panel to disrespect me. And, like I said, I don't see, I don't, again, they, yeah, I get told about some of the stuff that happens, if I don't see it. And again, the good Kate, the other Kate, said, very clearly,
Mm,
I thought when I saw from my own eyes that they were comparing me to the other Kate one night in one of Annie's live streams.
Right.
And I went and I saw it, and I'm like,
she
okay,
did
that's
it to end
fine.
Sadie. I think she couldn't handle it anymore and she just had to back out. I think she wanted
Yeah,
to, but she didn't want to defend anybody, and then it was too late. We all knew what happened at
right.
the end. We
And
all knew at the
so,
end.
honestly, though, she wanted to throw that shade, and that's fine.
What kind of picture does
And
nickname have? Like, what is that?
and that's fine. She can do that. So that's where I thought that they got that was a direct diss towards me. And she said last night that no, she said that in a live that it didn't. She told the story of how she got named that. Well, I never saw that because, like I said, I catch little snippets here and there. I don't sit riveted to YouTube for 24 hours a day. I just don't. And, sure, I've got friends that come and tell me stuff and go, oh, hey, did you see that? Maybe you should go check that out. Because if it's directly about me, and it's misconception, I want to try to clear it up. And I
That's kind
just
of what
don't
Discord
think,
is, like a monitor board or something, like, you know what I mean? Like a board to let people know stuff when you need to.
Yeah.
well, yeah. And
Or
again,
alert people of lives and stuff, you know?
well, yeah, because that is my big pet peeve thing. And, you know, I understand Kate. I don't have a problem with Kate. I don't have a problem with V. Oh, and the one thing I did
I
get
don't
from
know. V's the one
earlier.
that's always been nice that her dog passed away not
Yeah,
too long ago, right?
yes, yes. And that it was funny too, because after I left, because last night I asked for the link a couple of
Is her
times.
voice kind of like what's her name, Man's?
No, I barely could hear.
Oh, okay.
That's
I thought I heard somebody that had a voice like Man's.
No, I haven't heard. I heard V just kind of barely. She didn't say very many things. Um, but so that was brought to my attention too. Well, how did I know
Yes,
her
and
dog
it'll
passed
probably be
away?
poison oak, Lucy. Not gonna risk it, or I'll probably get one of those bugs that gives me a disease.
Right, it's just the internet, people. I agree with that. But so I did
Not
know that her
touching
her
shit.
pup passed away. And because
Rona.
animals are very important to all of us. And I remember how upset she was that her dog was ill. And I remember that.
I
And I
probably don't
heard
have any
after the
nickname. His
fact,
dog probably ate
and
it
actually, I do believe I even left a comment on one of your videos,
in a
Candy,
good way.
towards her. Because I didn't know if she would go read those comments or not, whatever. But I did even
Wait,
leave
what
a
video?
comment.
What video?
I don't know. It was on one of your videos a while back, when I heard that her dog had passed away. I told
Yeah.
her, I said, I don't know if you'll see this or not, but I'm sorry
Oh,
about.
oh, the video I made for Annie when her dog passed away.
No, 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 no. This was just recently. It was just, I don't know if
Yeah,
it's a
Kate, I know
comment.
what you mean. I don't know
Yes,
remember
Happy
which one it
saw it.
was, but I remember the comment. Yeah.
Right,
No doubt.
right. And and again, that's why I said when I left Annie's, I had to leave that behind. I was in that chat for 2 years. So there was a lot of people that I was very, very fond of. But,
Thanks, Melissa.
it was my thing, and I could not stay anymore. I just couldn't do it. And I've always had a
I have to
very
wait, Melissa.
decent
'Cause I can't see
relationship
it.
with V, and I thought, I'd always, been nice to her, and she was always nice to me. So I just wanted her to know that, hey, I'm sorry, I felt bad for her dog. I mean,
I know, and I've always said hi to her, and she's always said hello back. I don't know where the problem is now.
right. But to Lynn, Lynn's response was, oh, that because we're always sneaky around and lurking
Well,
everywhere.
maybe because they're the mean girls. They got a bigger group than us, though, so they overrated us. Now they've got the more people, so they win. It was like a competition. Now they
Well,
win.
and it was never meant to be that way, and that was kind of scary. But
It's
anyways,
all the blue
again,
people in the room.
I wasn't trying to do anything. I was just trying to be a thoughtful person, because I do remember chatting with a lot of these people, and I do miss a lot of people from there.
I do
But
too.
when they talk about that hate train, boy, that one of the last nights I was in there was a pretty good old hate train towards me.
Did you
And
hear what
that's
I said about
fine.
Mary?
No.
Oh, she was in Adam's room, and I didn't want to hurt her feelings and say hello to her, because I'm like, I don't want her to have to say hello to me because she has to. You know what I'm saying? Because of
Well,
Annie.
yeah, I get it.
So I
Right,
just
I
didn't
get
say
it.
anything, and she said hello, and I said, hello, I'm glad that you said hello to me because I wasn't sure if I was allowed to or not. Like, I said it like
Well,
that because that's
she's
my
a
real feeling.
delightful lady. She
I
really,
know,
really
and
is.
I think she honestly knew that was from my heart. I was really being like sincere about that. Like, you know what I mean?
I hope
I
so.
didn't.
Yeah, because and like I said, there's people I miss. I truly do miss them.
Yeah, and I
But
also said, well, now I know I can say hello to you when I come in here if I do.
yeah,
This is the
and
one
and
night
I
that she
was
was talking about her past, the sex shit and
I
everything.
Oh,
right, and that night I was definitely disappointed on the people that were hopping out of the woodwork to just hop right on the hate wagon for Kate. And
Mary
and
with the
again,
purple circle that she's never changed.
it was what if it's what they wanted to do, then that's fine. And again, all I can do is try to just be. I tried neutral, and neutral didn't work. But that was my case,
Yeah.
and other things kind of hopped in on top of that to make that impossible, and that is what it is. But I would always have remained neutral, and I'm just glad that I got to, while she's actually in here because she hasn't been around a whole lot lately. um, all of this helped me mend a fence that I never thought would get mended, and that was with Candy.
I left a note for you, Alana.
So I was very glad that I got to
Okay.
resolve any past issues I had with Candy,
Didn't that
and we
happen
got to
in
move on.
Alana's room, though? Or was it before that? I kind of remember it happening in Alana's room. Did it happen in Alana's room when you went on panel, or was it before that?
Which with me,
Yeah, with you talking to
um,
me. Was it me talking to you while you were on stage about
well,
Red and the
yeah,
way you
yeah,
said something?
well, yeah, I think we when Diz approached me that time to go ahead, and she was making you a Discord, and how ironic it was because Sakina wanted to be able to talk to you.
Yeah, and like people wanted to keep coming over. Like I wanted nickname. I wanted I think you wanted to come over there, but I couldn't figure out how to give you the codes. And then I think
Right,
Disney
because
got
again,
you there, and then um
all of us together
I
make
don't
one
know if you
techie.
asked me or if I asked you, but I do know that um Sakina went through Disney, not through me. Go ahead
Yeah,
and
because
maybe put
yeah,
the link on the top if it gets
yeah,
taken off.
Diz set it all up,
Alana's back.
and then she got you over, and then Sakina got over, and I came in. Then we invited Mans, and then Nickname came in. So
That's awesome, but don't forget to say about what she's doing right now. Better be fair.
who?
Kate Winslet gotta be fair. That's the person, Kate. You got this Kate in trouble. How dare you?
you did.
You did big
Oh,
time. They've been calling you
Winslow.
out for days,
It was
mister.
Kate Winslow.
No, she said it was Winslow, and then she said it was Winslet, but then she thought the Winslet was an actor, so then she said it was Winslow because
Winslow.
she didn't think it was an actor. That's what she said.
God
right.
damn it.
More power to you, Kate. Woo! Go for it, girlfriend. No, but yeah, but that Kate got me in trouble earlier too, which
Where
that's
did
okay.
Alana go? I didn't leave her a message far away. It was just right here. Alana, come up here. I'm trying to give you my message. It's not in Discord. I'm right here. You guys would hear me talking in Discord. I don't do comma, period, flip a word.
Exclamation point.
Oh no.
How embarrassing is that when you know you're doing it and you still send it to the dumb person?
There you go.
The dumb person would be the person that would not say anything about it, but that's not going to be me because I'm a little curious why you do that.
I hit the big
Right.
time, Lucy Lou.
I know, a girl. Woohoo! Come on, Kate, sign autographs.
That's right.
Too many Kates.
Too
I
many
know that's
Kates.
getting us in trouble lately. I am telling you, because this is like okay,
I don't
but
speak. What does she mean? I speak in code.
Are you coding?
I don't
oh,
know.
you
I'm not
do.
touching
You
anything. I'm not
I
typing.
agree, Doe. You have to have Candy 101 before you can really have a
I'm
conversation.
I'm
So
still figuring it out.
it takes a while sometimes. But we love you anyway, Candy. Now come on. We do.
I think Denise has the code book. She's
I
figured
think
it
she
out.
does. Yes, I
Okay.
think she does.
Okay.
Yeah, Denise has got it. She's cracked the book, so she's got all the code. Where'd Alana go?
I don't
Alana,
know.
what happened? Did you get scared of us? Look, you took off. Damn woman.
Oh, hang
We
on. I'll be right
paralyzed
there.
her from fear. Oh God, we're getting sued. No. I can't shut up. I don't know how to shut up. And I'm going to be gone for a little bit longer, so I can shut up. Only if I'm gone, I could shut up.
No, no, never.
What book did you? Oh my God! Did you hear about the Lawn Boy book in the schools in the States? Did you hear about this?
No.
Oh God! Um, they're putting them in school, and it's about men doing blowjobs. Yes, going
To
down
who?
and doing this. It's called the Lawn Boy. It's in kids, young kids' school. One kid took it as a book report because there was a couple books, and that happened to be one of the books. Why did you
Oh,
kick yourself out? Come up here. Um. So, yeah, somebody was talking about. It's called the. What did I just call it?
lawn boy.
Yeah, Lawn Boy. I keep thinking of Fanboy, Lawn Boy. And if you look it up, look up Lawn Boy in schools. There's two Lawn Boy books, but the one that you need is the
Oh,
not. It's the one that they're talking about in the school. There's two different. They look different. You know
I
what I
don't
mean?
know if I want to look that up.
Candy,
No,
this sounds complicated.
no, no, no. I want you to listen. These women are fighting for their children. They're disgusted that their kids are being checked out these books that they don't want. And they're fighting in the school district. That's what I'm telling you guys to look at, not something for humor. No, this is getting to
Oh,
be a big
oh.
battle. No, it's a
Oh, okay.
battle. It's
Because
a
I mean,
battle.
everybody behind the scenes knows I don't do the crime stuff. I do a little bit, but I'm not into the crime stuff like those guys are. So
Well, you know what? I think you would get into it if maybe you got just a different tablet, so you could like get a one with more room or something in it. Because I just bought one for $76, and it's like a 8-inch, and it's perfect. It's beautiful. It's good. It's perfect. I got it at Walmart, and they have sales all the time. I got it at Instacart. They brought it to my damn house for me.
I've got a great little Galaxy tablet, but I just half the time it's
Use
not
it.
charged and everything
Yeah, but
else.
when
I don't know.
keep it
It
charged or something.
I don't know. It
Well,
just
what
is
I'm
kind of
saying is
creepy
because
for me.
some things are so twisted, like things in crime thing get
Okay, no,
twisted.
no talking at children or animal abuse. I cannot handle that. So,
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't think I would do animal abuse.
moving
I can't.
along.
The
Yeah.
child abuse, I only look at when there's a crime committed, and like I don't understand it, and I think I look at it to try to understand after
Oh,
listening to the psychology. Like what makes somebody do that? Why?
yeah.
I try to do it for education of my brain to think it. You know what
I
I'm
only
saying?
allow so much crap to sit and live in my head before I see no
But see,
more.
I come from a family that does that.
Yeah.
Like I was brought up with that.
No, I don't know. I don't want it to give it room to grow. That's all.
Oh, I know. Some people don't. Like
Yeah.
they don't like to see blood.
Well, that doesn't bother me. I watch gore. I'm a gore movie hound. I can watch somebody be torn apart and not blink an eye.
Well, then
But
maybe
don't
we
give
should
it into
do
my real life.
maybe we should do a private movie night and do a
Absolutely.
horror movie.
I've
That would be
got
fun.
more disturbing content I want to go with everybody else's.
Maybe on Halloween, we should start what at 5 o'clock because it's early at 5 or 4.
We would
Let's,
have to find a place to do this, and
in
we
my
live in different
on
regions.
my live, we could just do it private, so all just our friends come and watch the movies.
Oh, okay.
See, that would be fun. Yeah, the
That's what I'm
paranormal
saying.
stuff,
Just our
I'm
friends.
in.
Actually, that would be
Yeah, I
awesomely
mean,
fun.
people that can get the link from us, those are the people that can come in here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
All right.
And
So I
you
Love
never
that.
know. Some people might want to make up for that for at that time. You never know. I'm just saying. I'm not saying I'd be happy about that. I'm
making
just saying
out.
some people need to do that. So really, how do you feel about us? Do you feel all of us have treated you the same? Because again, I just don't understand. I truly try to wonder in my mind. I don't know if you do, Kathy. How did they get to the point, and how mad were they to get those talking videos that they're just cussing and yelling and killing and oh,
Which one?
the videos in the beginning of them going back and forth, the voice videos of yelling and screaming. Oh, yeah, Alana had them, Mukbang had them, Annie had them. They were all
Oh,
screaming. Those videos were screaming, and then the text messages were
yeah.
screaming.
They were just baiting her, Alana. That's it. It
Is
had a
that how you
purpose,
feel?
and
That's what
yeah,
you feel baiting?
yeah.
Okay.
It's just yeah. It's like trying to get a reaction the fastest way
They go
possible.
after, okay, so they
Yeah.
learned my trigger
Oh,
points. They went
you're
after,
back.
they
That
triggered,
scared me to death. Sorry.
sorry.
Do you
They
feel like
triggered,
it's
they just
when?
found my trigger points. They doxed my
Well,
children.
do you listen? Do you feel like they do that when Annie's like low on money, or you could see it in her face like she's stressing about money or something, and that's why she does that to get more clout? Because I don't know.
I think this all, and like I said before, I think the reason why I was brought over here is because without no doubt, Angeli knows I'm on Kiwi Farms. I had no clue really who Angeli was. I knew about her from the farms, but I don't get views off Angeli like they get views off of me. If every time Angeli does a video on me, she gets damn near three, if not, she used to get thousands of views
No,
off for
she
me.
doesn't. I know. You just have to go down her video history, and you can see the gradual decline. It's
Yeah, I agree with that.
yeah.
I
In the
mean,
beginning, when they all
So
found
you're
out that
talking
I
about
had this
her
hate
credit is going
train,
down, like her stats are going down.
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. I haven't looked.
in the beginning when they found, and I had this hate train, they were getting a thousand view off for me. So I honestly believe that the reason why this all started in the beginning is because number one, they got the views. Yeah, they knew I had a hate train. They knew Kiwi Farms would come over here. But,
And they
after
did.
a
They
while,
did.
Kiwi Farms catches on. Kiwi Farms is not stupid. They they catch on that if you're doing it for views and attention, they're like, fuck this, I'm out. You're stupid.
Yeah, they know when they're being exploited. They won't have anything to do with it. So
right.
How do you feel about being around people that are not pushing you into something and pushing you into the corner and saying, well, I don't want to talk to you if you don't do this for me?
I
Like,
feel
because they
like
made it sound like they did that to you out of their mouth. Different people at different times have made it sound like that's how
this
it
whole
happened.
big blow up between me and MT this last time, I've effed up my channel, so that's my fault. I deleted my channel
I did too. I
by
deleted mine also.
accident, and I had to make a new channel, and then I couldn't upload anything on it, so I had to contact YouTube. And yes,
I
finally,
wasn't
I got
that
all my
dumb.
subs
I
back and
didn't go that
everything.
far. I didn't
And
go for the channel on mine.
but I had a video where MT was on my panel. And this is when you first came back. Okay. He was all excited that you came back and he was over there. And I mean, he was sucking hickeys on my butthole.
Wait a
He
minute.
was
Who
sucking
was
hickeys.
wait. Who was happy I came back?
He was happy that you came back. Now listen, Candy, you got
No,
to
no, I'm
listen
trying
to
to
what.
ask you, are you talking about after we both got deleted together at that time? I'm just trying to figure out a
Yes,
timeline. Oh, okay.
he had got lost one of his channels.
Yeah,
This is
but me and
your
him the
new
same
channel
time.
now. This is your new channel now.
Yes.
And he was in my live stream and he was sucking it up. And I mean, he was sucking hickeys all around my butthole. And he's like, I got her channel. I'm going to send it to you in Discord. Well, the next morning, I came on and I said, because this is when I found out that Annie and MT was coaching some of the, you know, oh, let's trigger Elena, but yet they were in my face saying, oh, just ignore it, knowing that I wasn't going to ignore it. Situation back before I took your big channel down, your first channel, Candy. So I said, I'm not going to take Candy's channel down. I'm not going to go after her. I'm not going to bother her because I don't feel like it's right. The minute I said that on my channel, the attitude with MT changed against me. I was on his shit list again. And it seemed like it boomeranged to Annie as well. And then that's when that re-uploaded account came about. Oh, we've got screenshots from Candy's Discord and Kate's Discord. And they begged me to go to that Discord. And they were showing me all these and screenshots. Yes, I made a video going off against you guys saying this and that. And they were hoping that I was going to take your channel down. This new one that you got, Candy. They were like, oh, this is it. She's going to take her channel down. And then I was like, no, I'm not. And then the re uploaded account emailed me and said, well, have her go after Candy, upset Candy, and then get her to, and trigger Candy, get her to come after you. And then that'll be a reason to take her channel down. And then I was like, I'm not taking Candy's channel down. And they're like, okay, well, then give us the URL to her channel. I said, I'm not doing that either. And now I'm on everybody's shit list over there. So, yes, I feel like I was being used. I've been used this whole time. They had me believing shit against you. When Annie got pissed at you this last time, that's when they kicked in overdrive when I took your first channel down. Had me believing that you were trying to push me to suicide. And that's the main reason why I went after you. Because I literally thought you guys were on a campaign. Kate, Candy, Rochelle, Mans, Delro, all of you were on a campaign to try to make me commit suicide. So they used me to go after you. And now they can't. So I'm public enemy number one.
Well, and now that you recognize that, you can, if that's how you feel about it, then you recognize that in your mind that's what they want, and so now you
I'm
know
saying,
how
hold
to
on,
not
hold on.
react.
And I muted myself.
Now you know how not to react to that. So that's a learning thing for you too. You can take that and go, okay, let me step back. I know what's happening here, and I can change the outcome of it on my end. You
Alana,
can't
when I
change
come
the
into your
outcome
room,
on
I
theirs.
never go in as a troll. I come in as my name. I have a lot of trolls. I can't help that people are obsessed with me and nickname and Kate and others, just me. But I don't go as a troll because you know me, I have a big mouth. I want to tell you what I got to say. I'm not going to have some other person come in and then fake like I'm
That's
them.
true.
Like,
That's
fuck
true.
that. Like, I
That's
want you to
true.
hear me. I don't want you to just think you heard me. I want you to fucking hear me.
That's true.
So I don't go in any name. I've never trolled you. I've never done any trolling. I've never gone in your room.
Right.
Never went in
And
your
I
room
just
to
want to
troll
state
you.
this too, real quick. This is how I feel. This is my opinion on the situation of how I felt that it went with them. These are my opinions. Now they can
It
say
just
that
didn't
that's
seem you
not
guys
the way it
talk
went.
nicely. Like, I don't see no conversations like what we had in the stuff that was shown. I didn't see any conversations like we had. They were always aggressive and angry. Nothing, just a conversation and laugh, like we were laughing at different things. I don't know if it was food or I don't know, it was something. But we were laughing. Like, you know what I mean? There's
I can't get along with them for very long. Just like in the beginning when I was hanging out with Angeline and MT, they were against you. MT wanted me to do a rap song to attack you.
another
He has
one.
never
Wait a minute,
admitted.
another one?
No, the first one I did about you.
Oh, I'm like, shit, you already made one. You didn't even,
Yeah,
he made you say all the shit that I said wrong.
yeah, yeah. And he never admitted that he had me do that. He still to this day will not say that, yeah, I had Elena do that. Yeah, it's my fault because I did with him. And yes, I thought it was fucking hilarious. I'm sorry, Candy. Sometimes go check yourself. It's funny.
That's not how I say it. It's like, I don't know if I can say it right now because of my sinuses. It's like, check yourself, bitch. And that's how I would say it.
Yeah, it's funny. And the wah wah wah.
The
How would I have known
wambulance.
those things?
The wambulance. She's famous.
No, it's like,
Uh,
wah, you need to go to where.
I love that. Cracks me up, man. Oh
now,
You
no.
know, before all
now,
this drama and shit, my lives were always fun. They were just,
Yes, that's
yeah.
true.
I didn't fucking
How
have
would
to
I have
have no
known those
party
things
or
if
anything.
MT didn't tell me about them? Come on, I didn't know you from nothing.
I'm just saying I could entertain my fucking self. I don't need other people. Like the other day, I could have gone live with 5 people, but then it was a confusion because all my subscribers were gone and we wanted like Sadie and other people in here, but there was no way to get him in here. So we wanted to educate and figure out what's been going on because I was literally gone almost 2 weeks. So I've been in the dark of everything.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
don't.
I
They
was just
brought you up to
wondering
speed.
how. I mean, I don't know if you just didn't show us the nice part of what they wrote because you didn't want to, or there just wasn't. But
No,
you're just
there
saying, like,
wasn't anything nice. The only time
so
that they
how did
were
you just
ever
approach
nice,
each other? Listen, did you say hello, good morning, hello, good afternoon, hi, how you doing, or just jumped in to fuck you, blah 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 blah, and texting and
that's
yelling?
the conversation, Candy. I
Can they
don't
prove? Can
hide
they prove that you're a
anything.
liar? Because we know that they don't just show shit.
I'm sorry, what?
Can they show that you're a liar? Because she'll say, "Oh no, she's lying." Go ahead, show us that she's a liar.
They can put whatever they want up, but you have to understand too that MT has got a bunch of stuff from trolls and that they weren't from me either. And so does Annie. I showed you guys the number that I had recently, and I can give you the numbers that I had in the past.
Well, you don't need to show us. We've
No.
never asked you to show anything.
No, 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 no. And again, that's just it. And I said this last night there too. My Discord, yeah, that re-uploaded channel was very proud of themselves that they got in there and got whatever they thought they got, which again, nothing was said that was
Not
out of
said here.
line.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing was said out of line. And nobody is going to put any kind of inappropriate information. I don't care what they say. You're going to have to, if I have inappropriate anything, please report my Discord because I don't. And
No.
don't tell me. I want to see it. Don't say I want proof. I want to see it. Now, and again, I took a lot of heat for some other stuff that's happened recently. And again, I'm not going to go into things. It's not worth addressing, and I'm not going to address it.
You don't.
And I'm not. It's not. It's just like digging up old stuff. And again, I just think that maybe, and this is total constructive criticism towards her. I don't, in one breath she said she doesn't have a problem with me, and then she does have a problem with me. I get called a troll, what have you, and I'm not talking about Kate. I don't know the woman. I felt, and I genuinely felt bad if again, people got a hold of her personal information and had the nerve to call one of her kids. Oh my God, that's
disgusting.
ridiculous. It is disgusting. And and whoever did that, they should be ashamed of themselves. But again,
Okay,
you have
Kate,
to step back.
that's what I was trying to, but I got in an argument with freaking MT last night. That was what I wanted to address with her. She said it was a Kate Winslow, okay, that called her kids, and that this Kate Winslow is the one that attacked or somebody, a troll account. I put up a video proving that this Penelope Prager's somehow within the time that she was doxing me in
And then
Annie's
you went
chat,
over to Annie's nickname, and then you came back.
changed her name to Kate Winslet. I told Kate Winslet, the actual Kate Winslet account, the original one. I said, guess what, girl? You've got a troll account now, and it's this Penelope is Prager's person. Somehow, some way, this Kate, the good Kate that they call her, construed it that it was me. I have never trolled under Kate Winslet's name. And I can prove it to you, Kate. I still got the screenshot from that chat because up on the screen where Annie was talking, where she put up the chat comment, it says Penelope Prager's, but in the chat it says Kate Winslet.
I
And
would
it's
love to
not the
have a
real
debate
Kate
with
Winslet.
Annie. Let her keep the money. I'll just debate her.
And yeah, because I saw that same thing, and during the live you were having where Sakina got up on your panel, and actually, her
Who,
name
me or
changed
Alana?
right then.
Who, my panel or Alana?
One thing in the chat and one thing on
Kate.
Yeah.
Panel, mine or Alana's?
It was a live that Alana had. This was a long time ago. This was
okay.
way back.
Yeah, it was around the time you got on there. It was a little after that, right? When you got on there because of Red.
This was after Sukina sent the one screenshot from our Discord to Annie's Discord. And
it was the live stream after that. She felt guilty because she got caught doxing my information, and I was doing a live stream accusing people of some stuff about. It was right after Annie had demodded everybody. I think that's what it was, wasn't it, Kate?
Have you ever seen me comments about that I've written about you anywhere?
And that whole thing was actually a misunderstanding.
No, I'm just wondering if in the past Alana's seen anything that I've written about her bad.
I don't know, Candy.
No, I'm asking Alana.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
In my chats?
Anywhere where people have said that I talk shit about you, and they showed it to you.
Well, in those Discord pictures, I mean, everybody was making fun of me in those, but it's expected.
What Discord pictures?
Those ones that re-uploaded had, remember, because I was like, what in the hell are you talking about that I put Carlos in a bucket of ice?
Oh, yeah, and we were joking.
That was in a tub. It was really hot out. And you said he helped you with your bath, and I was talking about you having to get in the tub and then the little Mel. That's what I was talking about.
Right, and that was one of the times too, because we all actually got a kick out of that. That they showed these certain snippets of that Discord, because there's like and I think we explained this to you later, Alana, and it made sense to you later. There's all kinds of conversations going on in Discord at the same time, and you might not talk to somebody right then, and they'll see the message, 2 hours later, and you respond then. So there's all kinds of different little snippets of conversations going on.
Yeah, and I witnessed it because I don't normally participate in the Discord. So I was like, what the hell are these idiots talking about? And then when I got invite it to your all's Discord and then
Yeah,
realize
and
that,
then we
you know,
said that's when I said, I'm like, okay, do you see all the shit that we're writing? We're talking about somebody's live. Now, if you go read that, or if somebody new comes in there and read that, they're gonna go, what the fuck are they talking about? That's what you were reading, like what you were
Right,
reading was somebody
right.
else's live.
There was all kinds of, and real life conversations going on about real
And
things
then something
happening.
was
And
said about Alana about a chicken or something. I don't know. And she goes, what about a chicken? And she just didn't even know what the fuck. I don't think it was a girl's chicken.
yeah, you
oh,
guys
oh,
were
Did you have
talking
to kind
about
of lay it on her
cooking
bed?
videos and everything else. And if somebody new came in, they'd be like,
We weren't
one
talking about
conversation was
anything that
talking
had to
about
do with
this.
your lives,
Yeah.
except for maybe
right.
once every
And
5
so
minutes.
that was my whole point, is stuff can get taken out of context so easily.
And we were
And
honest. We didn't lie and say, oh, we got busted. No, we were telling the truth. We were just
oh,
fucking talking.
and it was funny too, because there was some certain stuff, like because I'm the meme queen. People will tell you that I will meme you to death. And I've got some funny ones, and I try to break up the tension by throwing in a silly meme from time to time. And so a couple of the memes came up on some of those screenshots. I was laughing, just like, oh my God, this is so funny. And so we were laughing about it. It wasn't, like I said, it was nothing that was anything wasn't said out in public that wasn't said,
Okay, Nick.
behind the
Yeah,
scenes.
yeah.
And that's one thing too. People in some other live streams don't realize that they're not privy to some of the things that are said behind the scenes. And things can get taken out of context even behind the scenes a little bit. And nobody wants any conflict. So again, I just think that if you have a problem with somebody, seek out that person and talk to them about it. And again, everybody says, well, they don't jump on the hate train because of somebody else. Well, that's not been my personal experience lately. And I have to
And that's
say,
what I want to make a point about. These screenshots that were sent to Annie. How does Annie not know that these things were different conversations? Just like I misconstrued it, the video, not videos, but screenshots that were taken from there, because it was different conversations going on
You'd have to
along
really
with
know what
that.
you're doing. You'd have to read up and down and up and down and see if you can find anything about a live and then figure it out from there.
one, that's just
And
it. And
this
see, that's the thing.
all this could be a misunderstanding. She could be
It's
attacking
all these people
nicknames for
have
no
had
reason.
misunderstandings with me. Like,
Okay,
not me
Nikki.
with them. And I've always liked to talk it out, but people don't want to on the other side,
Well, they claim they do, and then they don't, and that's just it. And see, I'm doing the
It's
same
hard.
thing that I'm kind of guilty of too. I'm saying they, but again, I just, what I intend to do is, I don't want to be talked about. I don't want to have other
Well, you know
people
what? If they want to talk about us, don't lie. Tell the truth. Something good we do, something good we say, something good.
But that doesn't bring in the views.
That's
It would
true.
with me. It would with me.
Well, because
That's
you're not a view chaser, not a clout chaser.
No,
You're
right.
not
never
looking
have
for a
been.
payday at the end of the month. So, you know,
Oh, what at the end of the month?
payday.
Take care,
Oh,
Joe. Nice to see you, sweetie. Hope things are going good with
isn't
the
it the
construction.
21st? Oh, I
Thank
saw
you,
your
Jojo.
pool. That's a nice pool fence thing.
It's
Yes.
beautiful. It's coming along.
Now that I can see a big fucking picture, before you made it look like it was just a fence, now that you backed it up a little bit.
My mate don't look at dirty pictures, and she needs to take a walk and
I
get
need
it
to
out
go
of her head.
live. The next time when we do if we do the
Sorry, Joe.
Halloween one, we'll show the good people that are in the live, the pictures, because they're
Oh,
beautiful.
do. And speaking of, guys, I do have to run, but
Me too,
I
actually.
just want people to just, you know
Yeah.
if you don't want some backlash, then I suggest just let it go and not talk about it, and be done. And if you know that you're getting your leg pulled, then just drop it and let it go.
Mukbang, I think
And
that,
use your big adult brain to figure stuff out. Don't take one side without considering the other side. That's just the mature thing to do.
And I agree with that, Kathy.
and listen to me, Mukbang. Why? I need this answer, really, I do. I need to know why you're mad at me. And you're actually not mad at me. I'm mad at you for what you did. And you made me mad at you by what you did. You did it to make me mad at you. So you went above and beyond to make me mad at you on purpose. So you would have a reason. And that's what you do. The other 5 times you've done the same thing. So this is the 6th time you've done the same fucking thing. You put me in there, you shove me in there, and then you convince all these people that I've done all this shit wrong. Like the beanie babies. I was fucking got beanie babies in a box, like weird ones, exotic ones, like different ones. And I had them up there and they were brand new and they had the tags on them. And I'm like, oh, I should send some of these to your kids. He said that I called his kids wetbacks by calling them beanie babies.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's been 3-year lie.
Well, isn't beaner supposed to be the wrong term and not beanie?
Well, they were using beaner, but it said beanie babies.
Yeah, I know, but
I
he
have
was
the
just
tag,
trying
yeah.
to. Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
got
it's
it.
beanie. It's not
Yeah,
beaner baby, but they were saying that he was saying, oh, she was calling my kids beaner babies and, like that.
yeah,
And
okay,
I didn't. Mukbang has lied about. He's twisted it and made it sound like I was calling his kid. Because even Alana thought that was rude for me to do that when she first came here, and I'm like, I didn't do it, but she wouldn't believe me because she wouldn't talk to me. And every time
Yeah,
I
he was
said
making
no,
it
that
seem
was
like
not me. I
she was
didn't
being
do
yeah,
it. She would
racist.
never listen to me. I could have proved
Right.
it in there, but I didn't. I'm like, she's not gonna listen.
And but again, that's all. It's all water under the bridge now. It's
no, yeah,
over. And he has to deal with his stuff and
What
his
Mukbang? Why don't you
supporters.
just stop? Why don't you make it a point to do something fun? If you have a
Exactly.
if you have a problem with Alana and you can't get over it, then I understand you calling her out. But there's no problem with me because I haven't been around. I don't know if Kate's gone in lives or whatever. I haven't been around. I don't know if nickname's been anywhere. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't asked.
No,
I
not
just came
really.
back after a 2-week leave.
No, I think we had just a fun little chat at Kathy's not too long ago. And other than that, there hasn't
yeah.
really been any lives, which that's fine with me. I have a live that I go to on Sundays and usually do from time to time with a friend of mine, and that's fine too. So I'm content to be behind the scenes, and that's fine with me.
Well,
So
I'm just saying, like, why? I mean, I know you want the thrill of the game. I know you want it fun. I know you want to have some kind of a thrill with whatever the fuck you're doing. But boring is not going to work for you. And when you're around boring people, then you get angry and then you have an attitude, and it's always building up because when you're on panels with people that can't thrive with you, they just don't have it in them. And you try and you
Well,
try
we've
and you
all
try.
noticed, Candy, that when the on other lives want to move on from the conversation, and MT doesn't, he overtakes the live again and drags everybody back into the mud.
yep.
He did that to me with Cynthia Beaumont.
Yeah.
I was
So
talking. Did you see
yeah,
that live I did with Cynthia Beaumont?
no, I would.
Mukbang was on there, and he didn't know. And then, like he said, he wanted to do a live with me about her, but I didn't know he was gonna like her and side with her. He fucking did a switch on me, and then he was arguing with me the whole live. Ask
Yeah.
nickname or whoever was in there. It was terrible. The whole fucking live. He's been a backstabber. We were supposed to do on Halloween. We were supposed to do a live. That's the night that he hung out with Angie. So he never came back. We had decided we were going to do a live together. He came for about an hour and he's like talking about how his phone died. When he doesn't want to be around, that is when his phone will always die. It'll never stay connected. But if he wants to be around, I mean, look how long he stays in a live. But if he gets cornered, he fucking goes. And oh yeah, my chargers died. But you notice these nights in Lynn's, he doesn't die. And once in a
Yeah.
while he'll get a little staticky, but he comes right back in. So I think since Alana's been here, like I can see that she probably saw the pattern probably within 6 months because Mukbang wasn't showing a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys should have seen how it was in the beginning, though. Like when he accuses people, he'll go to his grave saying that it was you, even though God said it wasn't them. He'll still say it. You can't go through the bars.
Well,
I
he was just saying on Lynn's life that
The
he
prop
it abuses them in Discord, changes their
yeah,
well,
name, kicks them
the
out,
thing is, I would like to say this. He
whatever.
thinks that
Yeah.
I'm blaming him for everything. And I would like to state this, MT, I'm not blaming you for everything. What I am
he has their own
accusing you
personal list,
of
I think.
is
Mhm.
exaggerating the situation. You're not taking accountability that a bunch of trolls got involved with the situation between me, you, Angeline, and even the Annie situation. You're blaming everything on me and trying to make me into this monster. And you will not take accountability for the stuff that you have done. And that's what pisses me off. You're painting me as the monster. You will not take accountability for anything you've done, and you will not admit that trolls has also had a part in this situation. It's my fault. It's my fault for everything,
How about
and
if I
that's
say
wrong.
this? How about if I say this? I don't want to. I don't want to come back until I'm ready to come back. I don't even know if I'm really coming back, but I will set up a live if everybody wants to be honest with each other and set everything straight and stop lying to each other. Why don't you just different people tell different people why you're mad, why you lied, why you did this. Give me some fucking education in my head
Yeah,
as to why this shit happened. I
it's a
will
good
do a
idea.
live and I will have a panel with the people that want to set it right, but you got to talk to the other people. You can't yell and scream and talk over them. It's a civil one. It's not a yelling match. But maybe it might do good for other people because maybe they want to admit that they've done wrong. Maybe they're afraid their friends won't like them. You know what? There's so many reasons. But if you want me to, you guys all have to say you want me to from the other side too. I will do it. And everybody knows when I do a panel, I'm not mean to people. I let them talk. But when you're debating me, you go in debating. That means I'm debating. You know what I mean? It's not just a talk, it's a debating.
Right. And I think the one thing that would be fun to do also, since this is the month of Halloween, with All Hallows Eve in mind, we can always get together and have anybody truly welcome come on and have fun and tell some ghost stories.
Good idea.
So maybe that would, and again, we're not going to all agree with how each other handles things or approaches something or does something. But
Well,
I
look at
think we
nobody's
all,
come in here to talk to us except for Lynn, and she wants to ridicule us with her little comment.
well, I think
Oh,
she is defensive right now. And
Well, we
maybe she
asked
doesn't
Alana to come
understand
up,
why.
and she's here, and we're not telling her to shut up and putting her in the corner
Right. And
because
maybe she
nobody
she
yelled at
just
her.
she
See
she
what?
felt out of place and
Well,
didn't
yeah,
want to.
Mukbang's voice went really harsh at her, like a barking
Right.
dog,
And which, but
and she felt like she needed to be a bigger barking dog.
okay.
I'm sorry
Guys,
that she
can I
didn't come up.
interrupt you for a minute?
Oh,
I
yes.
just got sent a notice that Lynn is going live tonight. I think she's a little insulted. So
You got a
send
Who
message
Mama
are
from
Lynn,
her, or wait, what?
Mama
who?
Lynn. She's
Oh,
got a
okay.
live scheduled for tonight. Uh, mean girls are not allowed. So
And that's totally fine.
Do I
And
have to
and
put
that's okay.
sunglasses on or blinders? How can I
that's
not
okay,
Are
see?
we
Lynn.
in
I won't be there.
kindergarten?
I'll catch you on a rerun. I sleep at night.
Yep, me too. And if they want to leave it up, they can leave it up. And I'm sure, again, will be the topic. But like I
Of
said,
course.
some constructive criticism. So please go
It's gonna
back
be
and
all my fault.
re-listen.
Oh
No,
no, it's
no.
not. It's not,
No,
Alana.
this is Alana, how I was treated. I can only speak for myself that I didn't think that I was treated very fairly, and that's okay. It's her life. She can do whatever she wants, but I do
No,
believe that
by the end of the live stream last night, Kate, after you left, after Rochelle left, it was all my fault. I'm the evil.
Okay,
I'm
well,
the
listen
fault
to what
for
I'll do.
everything.
Listen, I'll do a backstory on how you feel, and bring some receipts if you can, and I'll see if I have any receipts from anything, and then I'll just put them up on the screen, and we'll just show the thing and show him what he's done. Like Tell him
Well,
what he's done. I think it's easier to maybe tell him what he's done in the backstory, then we
oh,
put it up after the fact. You know what I mean? We'll do it as a
and,
premiere.
and that's fine, but I think that's gonna, you can do what you want to do as far as all that goes, and that's fine.
You
But I
confront him
just
with
think,
his behavior, and then he's going to say that wasn't we're lying.
He doesn't
That's
want
what
to
he
solve
does
it.
with
Like,
me.
why isn't Lynn saying, I want you guys, if you feel welcome, to come over here and try to resolve this problem?
Because
right, and
she's being the victim right now. We were
right,
mean and rotten to her,
I was
but
not
yet she's
there.
not acknowledging the way her life went
But
last
Kathy,
night.
you weren't there, were you? I
exactly.
wasn't there. It was
Yeah,
just Alana and Kate and
Yeah,
Rochelle.
yeah.
right. But I think Kathy watched part of it.
I watched
So
part. Yeah, I watched most of
They
it.
treated Kate like shit.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
And
So
I
Yeah,
don't
Lynn,
know if
you
Kate
need
his
realized
to
voice,
it, but
his voice
Valero was
got
kind of
louder
fucking
with
hateful to
you.
her too.
you
Well,
need
his
Or
to
he
voice
take.
got,
was.
I think Lynn needs to take accountability in how she conducted or didn't conduct her life last night. She
well,
wasn't
they're
in
giving her a pep
control.
talk right
She
now.
let a kid insult his betters, and I'm using the old-fashioned word, and he
right,
should have been smacked down. And you, being Mama Lynn, didn't do your parental duty.
yeah,
So you have
And
no
you need to
cause
get a
to
new
be angry
battery
with
for your
us
monitor. Your
for
monitor needs a new battery.
yeah. So be all
right,
the victim you want,
I just,
Lynn,
maybe,
but
well,
really
let's see
take
what
ownership
happens.
of what you did and how you conducted yourself and how that live went, because
exactly.
it didn't look good on you. It did not look good on
Well,
you. A
let's see
woman
what
your
happens
age.
on Rochelle's because this is her first panel. Let's all, and then whatever doesn't happen and whatever people want me to do after that, then I'll do one live and welcome everybody that wants to hash anything. But if they don't, then I won't have it. And I'll just be
Okay,
here when I'm here,
good
whenever.
enough. Alrighty, guys. Well, I'm gonna go and get
Okay. Yep.
my
I
chicken
me too.
started. We're having chicken on the grill, so that sounds good to
Thank
me.
you
And
for letting me
Yeah.
come up,
Yeah.
Kathy.
No problem. Thank you
no
for
problem.
Well,
coming up,
Alana,
everybody.
I think
Yep.
you should get that. Alana left. I was going to tell her to get that video where they're taunting her to come up, and then she goes up, and then they yell at her and tell her to bye
Yeah.
bye.
No,
I
yeah.
think she should.
Well,
I
I just don't think that's going to change, guys. And
well.
the more attention it gets, the worse it's just going to
Yeah, but
get.
it's like me. You don't get a hot headed person that you're calling out, and then you don't call them out when they're in front of you. They call you out from a million miles away, but
If you
then
cannot take the criticism that comes from vitriolic live you posted yesterday, then you shouldn't be hosting them. Make MT do it.
pretty soon her husband's going to be the guardian here and a referee.
I don't know, but for heaven's sakes, grab some dignity. It's
And
free.
we didn't make fun of her video. We were just talking about how she makes people feel in the video because she's trying to put like
I
guilt on
don't know
them.
what I wasn't. I was going to bring it up, but I thought, you know what? No, I'm not a mean girl.
Exactly. Right. And I never
But
saw
no,
it to
I'm
even
just
comment
saying
Yeah.
she
about
was
it.
like
So,
putting us in the position of being the mean girls because we did, we hurt her feelings, but she doesn't
Yeah.
understand it was MT that hurt her feelings, not us. MT talked over her.
Yeah.
MT disrespected her. And that's when I said goodbye to MT one time because he was doing the same thing to me that he did to Lynn. So I said goodbye. I'm done.
right. Right. And well,
Anyway.
again, it's like I said, past behavior predicts or future behavior. I don't know. One of
Yeah,
those.
come
You know what I'm
on.
saying?
Yes, I do
Past behavior
actually.
predicts future behavior. So if
Well,
you
Yes,
when you
behave
yes,
invest
badly in the
time with
past,
somebody and they stab you in the back all the time, it's so hard to forgive them because they're just right there with a new knife.
yes.
that can be the way it is. But that's I'm not gonna put surround myself with people that are going to be like that, and that's okay. But just
And
for the
I've owned
record,
my corner. You have too. And, like we've owned our corner. And if we don't want people on our corner, then we don't want them. Like everybody's got their own corner.
Yeah.
right, right. So
All right.
so it is what it is. And again, I just went on there to try to figure out what was going on and why I was being singled out as far as being asked to come to talk whatever, since I whatever. And again, I was mistaken. I did say when Lynn said that I said somebody was lying, I thought she meant I said that she was lying. No, that's not the case. So yes, I do own that. That's not, I
Well, we
wasn't
have the
talking about
video.
her.
She deletes it. It's still there.
Oh, okay. Well,
Oh,
but it is what
whatever.
it is. But again, everybody have a wonderful night. I'll see a lot
Yeah.
of
And it
people.
was a great live. Thank you for having me
Oh,
on.
thanks for
Thank you
everybody
for
showing
having us.
up. You betcha. And I no doubt we'll have something to talk about another day.
Oh, yes,
Yes,
I'm
I'm
sure we
sure.
will. And
Okay.
thanks, guys. And
You
Sade,
Bye
betcha.
always
bye.
wonderful to see you, hon. Miss you.
Bye
So
bye.
take care.